I can't I can't hear you properly. I think the volume is a bit loud.
Let me turn the music off. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I said,
Okay. So Zoom tends to sometimes whatever the music that's playing on the computer, it tends to drown out the voice that you're speaking and play what's going on the computer. I noticed that.
yeah, I just also noticed it. Like the sound we can hear it, but not the voice. We can only hear the music clearly.
Yes, but now you can hear my voice clearly.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. So we'll just I think Rashanti is going to join us also, and another young lady gonna join us on Zoom. So I'm just gonna give a few minutes and see if they're joining us. Otherwise, we will
So
start.
I was asking, like, like this thing is it keeps telling me that my network is unstable. So I think throughout the process is going to go on and off and on and off. So is it not going to be a process for you to accept me for the Zoom?
Pardon?
I'm saying like the network says it's unstable, so I think it's going to kick itself out, and then if I have to join in, it's not going to be a problem if you accept me again in the Zoom, ne?
Oh, no problem. You can just join again because I have it set up that you can join at any time throughout the session. I think I have it set
Oh,
up.
oh.
Yeah, I have it set up like that. Yeah. So you and I can start out with just the hail to the I Self Supreme Primal Light because the focus today is on the I Self Supreme Primal Light. Yeah. So we'll just start. I'll just start out with that.
I said,
Yes.
I said,
Yes. Go ahead.
oh yeah, and I saw almost that the email it was talking about is the dream ending? Who are the Anunnaki?
Yeah, because I'm going to answer those questions in a little while, because many ones are they're very confused.
Yes, me too. Only that part, yeah.
Yeah, they're very confused about that, and so I want to make sure that one know that this is just false narrative that has been spread, and it is just not the truth.
Because of now we have problems that they say they are coming to rescue us.
It's the who's coming. It's a I Self Supreme Primal Light. It's all of the
Yes.
all of the dualities. They no longer exist. They have returned back to their real and true nature. So so
Mm.
Ogun, Shango, and all of them, they no longer exist as those beings. They have returned back to their true nature.
So can I ask, is it okay if I ask questions like now?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. You can go ahead and ask question. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I wanted to ask, like this, there are other like spiritual guys, you see, like they like putting idols of Ogun and all of those people, ne? So the problem is they say they get like that help power from those people. So how does that work out now?
Yeah, the problem is they used to get powers from them from the deities coming into their body
Oh,
and yeah and control yeah. So now what's happening is that there is still some of the dualities left, but they are the baby selves. And then you have the consciousness, the mind. When they're going into these meditation, the mind is taking over them and giving them these
yeah,
illusions. So they're talking of that they're channeling, but what they're doing is really
yeah.
going into the mind, the consciousness, and the consciousness is doing that. So the beings are not real. They have like some of them, they already merge back into this, into their non-dual selves, and they no longer exist as those beings anymore. But the consciousness is still doing that because ones are calling on them. Because ones are calling,
Mm.
yeah, the consciousness is tricking the mind of those ones who are calling on them to let them think that they still exist. The consciousness, their mind is doing that. But right now,
Mm.
I Self Supreme is merging all the rest of the ones that are left. But all the supreme selves, they are already merged with their selves. The only the ones that are left
Mm.
now are the ones that
It's the
are,
baby cells.
huh? The
The, it's
one,
the ones that are left are the baby cells.
the baby selves, and there's some of Aten Ra's, like Nut. Nut, all of her selves have not been merged yet. She is the sky. Um, Amun Ra, which is the invisible world, um, and and Geb. So so the self is still working with them to merge them back into the um the non-dual, because they're waking up. So they
Mm.
are still, yeah, they, those ones are still sleeping, but all the other ones already has been merged. And so now I Self Supreme Primalite is working with those ones to wake them up so that they can wake up.
So I said, so in your, I don't know, maybe if I know you don't have all the answers, but in your perspective, do you think like when we get to the non-duality, is this consciousness going to go away or is it going to still be here?
No, this consciousness is going to return back to its true nature. It is, its real nature is the non-dual. Yeah, it has light, but no, it has no light because the light has been turned
Mm.
off. This is what caused the problem. This the all the problem is only with the mind.
Mm.
Everyone have this mind that has no light, and the mind has gone crazy because it has no light. This is the reason why many ones are
Mm.
doing crazy things in the world. That's why the gods them do crazy things. If you ever experience the god, you'll see how crazy they are. And they love to fight and love to beat they love to beat up themselves. Yeah. So they are crazy, and a lot of them have mental sickness. Yeah.
Mm.
So do we have someone else that joined us? Oh, okay. Yeah. So, that's just how it is right now with all of those duality cells.
Mm. So now what you are saying is if everything is being dissolved, you like this witchcraft that you're experiencing here in Africa, everything is being dissolved.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, all of this,
Because of you know what's happening.
hmm?
Yeah, I said can like every time I go into stillness, ne,
Mm,
and then now I can see right through the witchcraft, through the evil of this, what these people are doing around each other as neighbors. We live in
mm-hmm.
the same environment, in the same areas, but like everyone is evil. No one wants to see anyone happy. I thought like it's fixing itself, but I think it's becoming worse because of the hate, the
Yes.
jealousy of each other. Like,
The mind is going crazy. That's the reason why. And this is the reason why the stillness is so important. The mind is going crazy, and everyone have to come to the realization that your war, the battle that you're fighting, and the battle that must be
it's
won
against the
is
mind.
your mind. Yes, you have to win the battle with the mind. Everyone has to do this. It's not your neighbor, it's not no one outside of you. It's the mind that you have to win the battle with. Yeah. So
Mm.
when the mind is telling you to covet this next person, no, you're gonna say no, mine. That's crazy. When the mind is telling you to go steal something, when the mind is telling you to fight someone, when the mind, all these things, when the mind is telling you to do, to call on a deity and to give your soul in slavery, you're gonna say no. So the battle is with the mind. The mind is doing all of these things, and because the mind has been telling ones from very young, you're not good enough, I am more powerful
Mm.
than you. Because even as a young child, the mind is telling you you're ugly, you're not beautiful, and you have no confidence. This is because the sickness in the mind. And so that's why I'm going to talk about those things today, and then we're going to do the affirmations to gain confidence in ourselves, you know? So
Mm.
let's just
Yeah. So,
yeah, so let's just start off. Hail, hail to the primal lights. Hail, hail.
so I said, like I said,
Uh-huh.
so I was saying like in an hour's time, like I have to prepare the children for school. So I so for now we can start, and after an hour I have to leave. Then I have to come back maybe after 30 minutes again.
Okay. All
Is
right.
it okay?
Yeah, no worries. So let's start so we can do the affirmations together, because one of the things that I wanted to propose is, a matter of fact, you know what? Hail, hail. Let's just do this. Hail to just greet the self supreme. Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to the one
Me
true
too.
light. I am primal light. I am the true light. Hail to the self supreme primal light. The topic that we're talking on today is that I am primal light, self supreme. I alone exist. All is I self. I am one with all. We must come to this realization that this is the truth. We are fragmented fractal selves that is exploring the world. We are primal light. Um, I am self supreme primal light. I am the one true light. Hail to all my self supreme, the non dual. Hail, hail to I, the self primal light. All is myself playing different roles in this dream world called this life movie. Salutation to all my supreme selves in alignment to bring balance to this dream existence. All right. So I am primal light. All is myself. I alone exist. All my fragmented fractal selves must return back into I and I. I am one with all. I am primal light. This world is a dream. This is what the self supreme primal light want everyone to know, that the only one that exists is I, primal light. I am primal light. This world is a dream, and it's time to change the false narrative told by the supreme ego, the duality characters. For ages, the story was being told by the ego, the mind, the consciousness being. Now is the opportunity and the chance for everyone to know the real and the truth from the I self supreme primal light, the witness self supreme. Because we know stories, but these stories are not real. They're only being told from the ego's perspective. And we don't know what the self soul. If you ask your soul, the soul have a different truth to tell from what the ego is saying. And so this is the reason why one has to castrate this ego so you can know the truth. I am primal light. I am the one true light. All is myself, and I alone exist. This is what everyone have to know. The all of the fragmented self that is wearing body right now as call themselves human being, these are all myselves. This world is a dream, and I am here to bring balance to this world. I am going to dissolve this dream, and the self supreme primal light is saying to stop calling on all the ego duality dream characters. They are being dissolved and will no longer exist. It's time to take off this ego disguise. It's time to merge into the I self soul. All myself must return into. I think someone is trying to get in. I'm hearing this beeping thing, but I don't know how to do this. So I hope you can join us. If you can't join the video, just please join us on YouTube. Follow the link to Stillness and Self Inquiry, because I am still learning how to do this Zoom thing. So if anyone can assist me, let me know. I know someone is trying to log in, but they're having difficulties, and I don't know how to assist them right now. All right. So I wrote, I wrote down on the paper what the Self Supreme wants me to talk about. So again, let's together, hail, hail to the primal light. Hail, hail to I, Self Supreme, primal light. Right? We have to know that this is yourself. What is yourself? Primal light. You are just a fragmented baby self. You are the Self Supreme, exploring the world in this little body right here, just a little fractal fragmentation of your enormous self, right? And this self that's encased in the body right now is just a fractal. So the Self Supreme, told me a couple things that I want to talk about after these. Then we're going to do the affirmations to affirm who we are, because we are confused. We don't know who we are. Why? Because of this duality consciousness. The supreme ego has cloaked over the self, and we do not know ourselves. It's time now to know ourselves. What the Self Supreme is saying, that you need to stop channeling these. This is the mind illusion. Everything that's called a spirit and spiritual is all an illusion. It's the duality existence. We are moving from the duality to non-duality. So the mind is projecting these images to you, but they are not real. All the characters that the mind is projecting, the ones who are going into these meditations and connecting and channeling and calling on these deities, the mind is working within you to deceive you. The problem is that many of the dualities, they are already merged back with their non-dual self. They no longer exist as this duality. Yes, there are still some dualities left. Most of them are the baby self. What the I Self Supreme wants for all of its baby self in this body to do is to turn inwards to your soul. Your soul is your real self. The soul has been the witness inside of this dream, knows everything. This is the reason why all of the deities, all of the gods have been seeking the self soul. So everyone has to look within your soul. It's know the truth. Everything that you need is within your soul. The reason why you were never able to do this before is because your soul was being enslaved by all the gods and the deities you're calling on. Now I, Self Supreme Primal Light, is releasing all of the souls from them. They was holding your soul in prison. Now the self is releasing the souls. You're going to be able to connect with your soul, and you're going to know this truth. Just try it. Stop calling on the dualities. Don't call on Ogun. Don't call on Shango. Don't call on all the other dream characters, the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians are even more delusional. You know why? Because they are the dream characters. They rise out of the primal darkness from Lucifer. Lucifer is the primal dark. Lucifer is now returned back to its real and to its non-dual self, and is illuminated now. But those characters that Lucifer created, they were all only created in the dream. While Ogun and Shango, they were the real self, but they were being obscured by the mind. So they are returned back to their real self. But all of the Pleiadians, they were only dream characters. They never existed. They only existed in the dream because the Lucifer light was turned off. Now Lucifer has his light. Now Lucifer has the light turned back on and has moved into balance. Do not call on those Pleiadian beings, because it's the mind who is going to create these illusions and you're thinking that it is the truth and the real, and it's not so. Only call on yourself, soul. Remember that if all of the deities and all the gods were seeking your soul, it means that the soul is the real. The soul knows. The soul has been the witness, bearing witness to everything that has happened in this duality. The soul has been recording it in its sun. So you just have to connect with your soul to know the truth. For many of the ones who are telling me that they don't believe what I'm saying, you don't have to believe it, but you can ask yourself, soul, and your soul will tell you the truth. So this is very important right now because you are interfering with what the I Self Supreme is doing. Millions of you are calling on these dualities, and you need to stop it. This is foolishness. Call on yourself, soul. It's time for you to get out of this illusionary perspective now. The mind is tricking you. The mind is tricking you. The mind is tricking you. False projection it is doing, right? These are false selves. They do not exist. These are the same ones that many call the soulless beings because they only rise up in the dream. The other thing that I want to talk about is that the mind is very frantic right now. So you just have to be on stillness, 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 stillness and self-inquiry. You got to bring balance to this mind because the mind know that this dream is coming to an end and the mind is going crazy, right? So you have to be in balance. I am in command of this mind. You know what I'm saying? You're giving the command, you're stilling the mind, you're cultivating the mind. This is what you want to be doing right now. This duality consciousness will wake up from sleeping and dreaming very soon. It's going to be soon when you're going to see the moon is going to have its own light. Right now, the moon only reflects the light of its non-dual self. It's this duality consciousness, the moon is its sun. And the light is turned off. This is the reason why the moon does not have any light. But the real duality consciousness belong to Aten Ra. Remember that you are the self, you have a mind. Ra is the self, or mind is the duality consciousness. Aten Ra is the self, her mind is the non-dual consciousness, which most people know in the world as Brahman. Right? So remember this, that you are the self and you are the mind. The mind has been tricking everyone to saying that you are the mind and you are not the self. Because many ones are saying that to me, oh, the self is false and the mind is the real self. I said the mind is not a self. The mind is what you have that you use for thinking and thought processing. It's not a self. You are the self and you have a mind. This is how the mind, this duality mind, has confused everyone. And everyone is thinking that they are this duality mind. So that's why we are going to do the chants. The other thing that I want to talk about is that stop the channeling because the mind is going to keep deceiving you. Connect with your soul. There's no reason for you to channel the duality when you have your soul that is the light. Everyone is seeking your soul, and you are the only ignorant one that not seeking your own self. Now you'll have access to your soul because I Self Supreme Primalites is releasing all the souls from slavery. This was the reason why you could never know the truth before, because your soul was imprisoned by all of those gods and deities. All right? The mind is only giving deception and is only creating some projection. It's not real. It's not real. It's a projection from the mind, right? All the galactic beings, they have already merged back into the void self, into Shango. Shango was the galactic being, and Shango is now illuminated, right? All of the Pleiadians have also merged back into Lucifer, and Lucifer, the primal darkness, has now merged back into its true nature. All right? And so the I Self Supreme want everyone to know this. So right now we're gonna do some affirmation, and before I do that, I want to say that I would love if one could join me. I would love to have once a week where we are just like chanting weekly balance to and work to the world to um for consciousness to be healed, just to connect to ourselves, supreme primal light, and to bring balance to the world. So if you would like to join me weekly, just let me know, because I want to do this, you know, to get ones joining me. So just let me know. So right now, let's just I'm going to first do this. Hail to I self supreme primal light. All is myself. I alone exist. I am primal light. I am the one true light. This is what the I self supreme primal light is saying, right? So I am just reading it out. All is I self, I alone exist. All of you, my fragmented fractal selves, must return back into I. So we are not going to any third or fourth or fifth dimension. This is all a dream. It's going to be dissolved. A new and balanced world will be created, but not until all the self is unified as one self. This is what we're going for. Self unity and balance must happen first. I am one with all. I alone exist. I am primal light. This world is a dream. I dissolve this dream. All right. And again, stop calling on all these ego duality dream characters. They are being dissolved and will no longer exist. It's time to take off this ego disguise. It's time to merge into the I self soul, right? All of myself must return unto I. I return to my ultimate true state. Hail, hail to I self supreme, primal light. Hail, hail to I self supreme, primal light. I am primal light. I am the true light. So you can chant with me. I am primal light. I am the true light. Your turn. Go ahead.
I am primal light. I am the true light.
I am
I am
primal
primal
light.
light.
I am the true light.
I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light.
I am the transparent light.
The transparent light.
I am the light throughout the ages.
I am the light throughout the ages.
I am the light without beginning nor end.
I am the light with no beginning and with no end.
I am self supreme primal light.
I am supreme primal light.
I am that has no name.
I am that has no name.
I am that can't be explained.
I am that can't be explained.
I am primal light. I am the true light.
I am primal light. I am the true light.
All right. I am victorious. I am triumphant.
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 I am primal light, self supreme.
I am primal light, so supreme.
I am victorious.
I am victorious.
Victory, victory, victory.
Victory, victory, victory.
Victory, victory, victory.
Victory, victory, victory.
I am victorious.
I am victorious.
I am triumphant.
I am triumphant.
Victory, victory, victory.
Victory, victory, victory.
All right. So we want to be chanting this daily. I am that I am. For that which I seek, I am
I already am.
that. Exactly. I am that I am. For that which I seek, I am already that. So you just have to know that you are being obscured by this mind, and you need to return back to your real self by just taking off this disguise. I'm telling you, this is so simple. What needs to be done is it just takes time and dedication. The mind has put a cloak over you, a disguise, and you are wearing this mind cloak, and the mind has put a veil over your eyes so you cannot see. You are looking through the illusionary lens. When you remove this mind cloak and disguise, you get to remove the veil of ignorance from your eyes. And this is how you get to see from the real and not from the dream. All right? And so this is what you want to do. Why are we confused about ourselves? We don't know ourselves. This is the reason why. Because the mind is cloaked over the self. The self, we cannot find ourselves. Ourself is being obscured behind the mind. So right now, let's do I am Primal Light. Let's chant that
I
again.
am Primal.
I
I
am
am Primal Light.
the one true light. I'm telling you, this
I
is so powerful just to do that. I am Primal Light. I am the true light.
am the true light. I
I
am
am
Primal
Primal
Light.
Light. I am the true light.
I am the true light.
I was
I am
never
Primal Light.
created.
I was never created.
I was never born.
I was never born.
So I can never die.
I can never die.
This body was created.
This body was created.
Yeah, but I was never created.
But I was never created.
I am deathless,
I am deathless,
formless,
formless,
timeless,
timeless,
limitless,
limitless.
boundless. I am the ultimate reality.
I am the ultimate reality.
I am the ultimate truth.
I am the ultimate truth.
I am the eternal truth.
I am the eternal truth.
I am the eternal self.
I am the eternal self.
I am all.
I am all.
All is myself. I alone
All
exist.
is myself. All is myself. I alone exist.
I am pure, luminous consciousness.
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 I am the unmanifest.
I am the unmanifest.
I am that has no name.
I am that has no name.
I am that can't be explained.
I am that which can be explained.
I am that can't, that which cannot be explained.
I am that which cannot be explained.
I am that I am.
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 I remove the veil of ignorance.
I remove the veil of ignorance.
I am not this body. I am not this
I am.
duality mind.
I am not this body. I am not this duality mind.
I am not this body. I am
not this body.
this duality mind.
I am not this body. I am not this duality mind.
Yeah, and so you know, this is what the I self wants to do. You know, you want to be saying these affirmations daily. And so right now let's just do the vibration to seal in these affirmations, right? Because this is what we want to do. So let's put our hand in the formation right now. Put our two thumbs joining together, our right hand over our left, and we're gonna put it in the center of our chest. And let's just close our eyes so that we can do this vibration. So on your audio on the top of your screen, you want to click for it to have the original sound. It's the original sound for musician on, because when you're doing the vibration, it's going to be making that funny sound and kind of what is it again? Kind of making, yeah, it just makes a funny sound like it's trying to block it. So if you can do that on your screen, all right. So we're gonna have eyes closed. Um, I like sometimes to play the bowl when I'm doing this, but I find that it doesn't go very well with the zoom. So we will just use the vibration as is. So let's close our eyes, and you ready? So we'll do the first vibration, and let's do this 8 times, okay? Remember to spiral the vibration around your body. We just made an affirmation that I am the self supreme primal light. All is myself. I alone exist. We are affirming who we are. We are letting this mind know that I know who I am. I believe in myself. I know who I am. I believe in myself. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am the pure luminous consciousness. I am not this duality consciousness, but I am the pure luminous consciousness. All right? So let's focus on our real and true self, real and true nature. You must never call on any dualities. You only want yourself, which is this body, in this body of that in this body that you are wearing, yourself that's called the soul, and the self that animates the body, the spirit, needs to wake up. So let's focus all of our attention on this and never on any dualities. You don't We have the primal light self here, but we want to make connection with the remember that the self soul is the primal light in a fractured baby self. So when you connect with your soul, you are already connected with the primal light. That's all you need to do. The soul is in direct connection with itself, supreme self. So you will know whatever you need to know from just connecting with your soul. Your soul is your real self. Your soul is primal light in a fractured, fragmented self. Know this truth. Connect with your soul, and you connect with the primal light. Let's go. All right. So stay centered, anchor into yourself, soul. Let's go. First vibration. Let's go. Pause. Stillness. Let's go. Exhale, stillness. Inhale, relax. Let's go. One more. Relax. Inhale. Let's go. Relax. Inhale. Exhale. Now we will do the second vibration, which is I'll demonstrate. Relax. Inhale. Remember to spiral the vibration around the body. So let's go. Stillness. Inhale. Relax. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, last one. Let's go. Stillness. Inhale, exhale, relax. And now we will do the third vibration. I will demonstrate. Asom. And stillness. Inhale, exhale. And now let's begin.
Uh,
Asom. Right?
so,
Asoham. All right, let's go. Asoham.
uh, so,
All right, stillness. Now let's go. Asoham.
so,
Stillness. Now let's go again. Asoham. Your turn.
so,
Stillness. Right now. Asoham.
so,
Stillness. Asoham.
so, so,
Stillness. All right. The last one. Asoham.
Saham.
Hail, hail.
Saham.
Very good. Hail, hail to the primal light. Hail,
And
hail,
hail,
I, self supreme primal light.
and hail to the primal light. And hail to the I supreme primal light.
I am primal light. I am the true light.
I am primal light. I am the true light.
I am primal light. I am the true light.
I am the true. I am the Can you?
I am the true light.
I am the true light.
All is myself. I alone exist.
All is myself and I alone exist.
I am in command of the commandment command.
I am in the command of the commandment command.
And as I have commanded, so let it
And
be.
as I have commanded, so let it be.
I dissolve this dream.
I dissolve this dream.
All of myself, I awake from this dream.
All is myself and I awake in this dream.
Everything that I have created, I demolish.
Everything that I've ever created, I demolish.
Everything that I have created, I demolish. I am free from my imaginary bondage.
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 I return to my ultimate true state.
I return to my ultimate truth.
I return to my ultimate true state.
I return to my ultimate true state.
I transition from being to non being.
I transition from being to non-being.
I transition from being to non being.
I transition from being to non-being.
I move effortlessly with ease
I move effortlessly with ease
from manifest to unmanifest.
to manifest from to from or
From,
to from
from manifest to unmanifest.
from manifest to unmanifest.
I move effortlessly with ease
I move effortlessly with ease
from manifest to unmanifest.
from from manifest to unmanifest.
I return to my ultimate true state.
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 Hail, hail to I self supreme primal light.
Hail, hail to I supreme primal light.
I know who I am. I know who I am.
I know who I am.
I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
I know who I am.
I know who I am.
I believe in myself.
I believe in
I am
myself.
confident.
I am confident.
I am confident.
I am confident.
Duality consciousness. This is not your real true nature.
Duality consciousness, this is not your real true nature.
You are non dual consciousness. Return to non duality.
You are a non-dual consciousness. Return to non-duality.
Duality consciousness, you are sleeping and dreaming. It's time to wake up.
Duality conscious, you are sleeping and dreaming. You have to wake up.
Wake up, consciousness. Wake up.
Up consciousness, wake up, wake up, wake up consciousness, wake up.
Wake up, consciousness. Wake up.
Wake up, consciousness. Awake, 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 awake,
Awake,
awake.
awake, 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 awake. It's time for consciousness to wake up.
It's time for consciousness to awake, awake,
Yes,
awake up.
return to the real consciousness. Awake from the dream and return to the real.
Awake from the dream and return to the real.
Awake from the dream and return to the real.
Awake from the dream and return to the real.
And so let's be chanting this all week for consciousness to awake from the dream, for consciousness to return to the real. So, hail, hail to I Self Supreme, Primal Light. So, right now, you're free to ask me any question you want to ask. I have.
I said, me, I want to talk about witchcraft. This one is a problem. Man. Every day, I don't know what I must do
What
with
you want to
people.
talk about? Say it
Okay,
again.
and let's touch a little bit about witchcraft.
Witchcraft. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Because of even my friends. They're like they're having problems. You see, everyone around me, like everyone is bewitching each other in terms of success. They don't understand this is just a dream. I don't know how I'm explaining it. Everyone is just stressed about money. If the other one has money and the other one doesn't have money, the other one goes to a witch doctor for the other one to lose everything so they can get that power. Why don't they get this is just a dream?
Yeah, yeah. But see, because their mind is sick. Their mind is sick, and any habits that you get into, the mind wants to keep feeding those habits. Like someone who drinks, that the mind is keep telling them drink, drink, drink. Someone who loves to eat a lot, the mind say eat, eat, eat. Someone who loves to quarrel, the mind say quarrel, quarrel, quarrel. Someone who the mind is in a witchcraft, the mind is keep doing it. Once you get into a habit, is you now have to take control of the mind and start redirecting it to something else, because the thought is always going to come to do this, do this, do this. And if you don't tell the mind, like, no, I am the self and you are
Mm,
just a mind, you are sleeping and dreaming and you don't know the real, I am not going to listen to you. So
mm,
they don't know that. They think that they are the mind. And they have
mm.
been programmed into this culture to do this because of all of the deities. So, it's like you're joining the God gang. You know how in the culture you have this gang or that gang, and if you want to be protected, so you join this gang and they protect you from anybody, especially if you're in like a ghetto neighborhood, and the gangs them take over, and
Yes,
there's a battle between the gangs, for territory
yes,
and who wants power. And so this is what has
yeah.
been going on. This has been going on. This witchcraft rate have been going on for ages. Every ages. Many times this world has been destroyed and restarted. The Self Supreme has never been
Mm,
able to bring it to the state where it's at right now, where it's merging itself. This is the first time in over so many ages. The self had to destroy the world many times and start it over. But this time, the self has mastered the duality. The self has mastered the
mm,
duality. And this is the reason why the self now is merging all the dualities to its non-dual self, because I'm bringing an end to the dream, because the dream has made everybody crazy. The mind is crazy. The mind take over everyone, and everyone is going crazy. It's all because of the mind. And so it's trying to get those ones to see that their mind is the problem. This is the problem, because they're listening to their mind and they're not listening to what you're saying. Say, you got to still the mind. Say, I am in command. Mind, be still, and know that I am in command. Everyone think that
mm.
they're gonna take all of these dream things with them, because everyone knows gotten in a culture where I want to own everything for myself. This is the ego. I don't
Yes,
want to share, you know? And so,
yes.
yes, and so this is the problem, because the deities them, those are the gang, the god gangs.
So I
All
said,
the
let me
deities,
ask.
yeah.
Can I ask another one?
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to happen to this celebrities like Will Smith and them, those celebrities that also must like awake, but they are full of ego. They have millions, they have everything they can ever ask for in the world. So when we get to the true state, what's going to happen to those people that
They
we
they're
listen
all
to?
going they're all going to be dissolved back into the self. Every last one. Okay, so what the self has explained to me, I do not know how many selves one soul has. That I do not know yet. But
Okay?
one soul, it, remember, the soul is the primal light in a fragmented form, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so the soul is a primal light and is creating many dream characters. Say for instance, you are the self, the original self, the spirit self of the soul. When the soul comes into the dream, the soul plant a seed, right, which is you. Then what it does now, it makes many seeds of in the dream, copies of you. So the seed is growing. When you look on the tree, you see a whole lot of seeds are growing and fruit is bearing. This is what the soul has done. So
Mm.
one soul has many selves, and but they are mostly dream characters. And there's an original self. So just like I explained, like you are the original self, the soul has made many copies of you in the dream, and they are exploring in a body. All of those spirit self, they have to merge back onto you, which is the original self, and then you merge back into the soul. Do you understand? So many of the
Now
ones
I
that you're
understand.
seeing, they are dream characters. Do you understand? They
So can I
arise.
ask another one?
Yeah.
So I said, do you believe in another lifetime?
No, you don't need to believe in anything when you know the truth. So
You know
prior.
why I'm asking? You know why I'm asking? I'm asking like I wanna know. Can I ask before I forget? I said
Mhm.
like the duality family like that you have, like maybe your children, your husband. Do you believe you're going to meet with them consciously in another time in the non-dual world, or is it forget it's over?
If anyone you connect with here, if they have rise up the supreme teacher within and have taken off the ego, yes, they will all rise up into the non-dual as the primal light in a fragmented form. So you are going to have a new
So
name. Yeah. So you will know, like yourselves, because what's going to happen is that the self supreme, the ones who rise up, the self will allow them to see their experiences. But all of the ones that don't, they will just disappear back into the primal light and will not rise up into the non-dual world. If you want to know all your steps and everything that you have done, then you want to take off the ego into this awareness right now, so that you, the self supreme, will show you all of those things, all your lifetimes, and all of these things, and because remember, it's all the self. There is no, this is just a
that's
dream
why I was
family.
asking like
Okay, just 1 second. Okay, think about it. When you're watching a movie, right? When you're watching a movie, you see a movie star playing a character. They have a family, which is a dream family, right? A pretend family, right? When you're watching the movie, right? When you're watching a movie, you know those family is not real to the character. They're just playing the character.
yeah, it's just a move, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the same thing. You are just playing a character. You don't need to, all is the self primal light. So there is no attachment to any of the dream characters. They was just playing a role. So it's all yourself.
Mm,
Do you understand?
I get it.
Yeah,
You
it's
know why
all
I'm asking?
yourself.
Like I wanted to know, yeah, like maybe so just like for an example, if like both of us we have risen, I said, and then I want to know if in the non-dual world are we going to be aware of our consciousness that we met here on Earth and we helped each other, we got across each other.
If you take off the ego in this world right now, if you do that, you will get to know anything you want to know. The Self Supreme will show you how this world is created, how the self manage the world, everything you will know.
Mm.
You will know everything. You just have to take this ego off. And when the ego is off and the world return back to balance and we rise up in the non-dual world, Self Supreme will show you everything about this duality.
Yes, I said because of like a few days back, I was having a conversation with my friends, ne? I was
Mm-hmm.
telling them that me, I'm tired. I don't want. I no more want like these houses, big houses, cars, like these things of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I say everything is going to be dissolved. They're going to be balanced. Like the way you explain to me, like I always teach them, ne? So
Mm-hmm.
now the other ones they laugh at me. They say like there's no such thing like as a world ending. If the world ending, then they won't be people anymore. Like it's confusing to them. I don't know like how I should explain to them. They think like I'm going crazy.
Yeah, but remember, so just use the reference of a movie. The reference of a movie. You ever gone on a movie set? They built a whole. They have streets. They have everything as if it's real. They build up this set. This here is the set that the yourself at the supreme level has built this set. Just like how
Mm,
when you go on a movie set, those directors they build a set to play the movie. This is the set that the Self Supreme has built to play the movie, and everyone is a character. Even the deities, all the gods, them they are playing a role in the movie. The movie has to end. You have to return back to your real and true nature. The movie must end. It's a dream. It's a fantasy. You are playing a character. It's not real. This
mm.
is, I know it's hard for the mind because the mind is sleeping and dreaming, and that's why it's hard for them to understand. But you have to use, the movie The Matrix. You remember that character Agent Smith?
Yeah, yeah, I said yes.
So Agent Smith was a character that everyone he encounters after a while. Remember, he was taking over them, and they become one of him. Right? This is
Mm,
what the mind has done. The mind has taken over everyone, and everyone is existing as a mind avatar. All we have to do is
mm,
take off the coating of the mind and return back to our real self, and we'll see that we're just playing a role inside of a play. It's a movie. It's a play.
mm.
Yeah, and this is all that happening. The world coming to an end mean that the movie is ending and the dream is ending because this is a dream and all of the cells are waking up. Like
Mm.
a gun is waking up. When they're calling on a gun right now, it's not a gun that's coming to them. It's one
It's
of the
just the
baby,
consciousness.
it's one of the baby self or the consciousness is doing that. Shango is not
Oh,
coming to anybody who's calling Shango anymore. Shango has already merged with this non-dual self and no longer exists like that. It's existing as a non-duality right now. So a lot of the even the Pleiadians, they no longer exist right now. The anything that right now is a projection of the mind. A lot of the baby self exists, and all the one that is that is this world like Nut, Geb, and Amun Ra. These are the ones that are existing right now, and there's a that has not been merged fully yet and has awakened fully. But all the other ones, they are awakened already. Their self is awakened, so they know that this is a dream, and the consciousness has been pulled off of them, and they are fulfilling their destiny to bring this world into balance. Everyone is going to know soon because the black sun is going to rise up and come present itself into the sky before the blackout. There's going to be a blackout, you know. The consciousness got me confused, because I did not know exactly when. It says the end before, but because, they change up the time of how the world, the year is, so I don't know like when, how the Europeans change up how the world is supposed to, the year is supposed to end in the end of February, starting March is the new year.
Yeah,
What
I said, you
what
remember I told you,
mm-hmm.
I said, sorry. Like, you remember I told you, here in Africa, we have like our calendar, right?
Yeah, tell me about your calendar. Yeah.
So,
When is the new
yeah,
year?
you see those specific dates and months, it's not the real ones, you see. The
Yes,
Europeans, they
exactly.
changed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why, like, remember last time, that's why I explained to you, and even like the sun, it is born in Mpumalanga, here in South Africa, the first where uh, uh, the first time the sun came to being,
Mm-hmm.
it was in Mpumalanga, you see. So now, and at those days, like when it's November, ne, in November, they
Mm-hmm.
tell like our African calendar, it tells us that the stars are are coming out from the sisters of the, like, I even read it properly because of when I wanted to read it, ne, I met with you. You see, then I had to understand about the non-duality because of I wanted to figure out like you don't mind me sharing that African calendar book, and then you go through it, and then maybe you will come with your own conclusion. But I promise you, you will come with your own conclusion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Is it okay?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. You can send it to me. So because the calendar has been changed, and so I don't know when is the end of the real year is in
Yeah.
February, and so the new year starts in March. In the African calendar, the new year starts in March, what we call March now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's between now and then that is going to happen, but I know it is going to happen soon, and the light of consciousness will be turned on, the moon, and so but we just have to be preparing ourselves, because I really don't know the
Mm,
precise date, because this is the we are confused with the calendar that we have right now. Yeah,
mm.
so when I say
Can
that,
I read something for you? Can I give you the dates?
yeah, go ahead. Let me hear you.
I said,
Go ahead.
yeah, you see, at 23, it's African Festival Days, ne?
When?
On the 23 of September is the African New Year.
Okay, it's African New Year. Okay.
And then on the 21st of October is the rainmaking ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 21 to the 25th of December is the birthdays of the grand ancestors. Like it says, the first people to walk on earth
Mm.
who manifested themselves into this. You see, it says that's why like the Europeans, they changed their date and they say it's Christmas as the other Jesus. So
Mm-hmm.
you understand. So and then on the 6th of January, it says sacrifice of the black bull to mark the beginning of the harvest season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it goes to 21 March. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, 21 March. What's that? Mm-hmm.
During Easter, when the sun enters the zodiac sign of Aries,
Mm-hmm.
special rituals are performed to thank God and gods for the successful harvest. I know it is the duality, but those things happen. You see, like when it's October, we experience that rain. When it's January, we experience children going to initiation school and all of those things. Né?
Mm-hmm.
And then 7 May, it says, this day is called Mohales Day, and all work is prohibited. People brew beer, drink, and celebrate the goddess of heaven and earth by the diverse names. So in our native language, we call it Hara. Like we have so many names, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 19th to the 23rd of July, it says birthday of the child of the light.
Mm.
And then on the 15th to the 23rd of August is the birthday of the gods of Netero of the first time, the Zepi tape. Have you ever heard of the Zepi tape? The first people who landed like in Pumalanga. They call it an asexual. Have you ever heard of an asexual?
What's an asexual being that is, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they say like it was the woman, and then she used the both the feminine and the masculine within her. Then she had a sexual intercourse with herself to produce an offspring to continue this royalty from the heavenly realms, like the way it is considered. Like again, it says for out of the beginning there was a mind, the thought, and the was instinctive, and then it says the mind took over the thought because of the thought was dreaming like this up. It was dreaming up this world, like
Mm-hmm.
the like oh I said I think like why don't you give
Yeah,
me your
yeah, but
WhatsApp and then I send you.
it's not that mind took over the thoughts, the mind took over the self. So what it's talking about
Yeah,
is Ra. Ra, she is the duality self, and she's dreaming, and her mind took over her and went crazy.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's Aten Ra who is making all the cells from within herself.
yeah.
Yeah, so she is the feminine, and she is the fragmented fractal selves. And from
Hmm.
her, this is
So
how we became the baby of Atenra.
so I said what is your take of the three in one,
What three in one? Those were
the Trinity?
oh, that's something
Like the it
from
says
the
the Father, the
duality.
Mother, the Child, the mind, the thought, the word, the spirit, the soul, and the reason.
That's from the duality, because
Yeah,
there's only just one, the self. The self,
yeah.
which the primalite fragmenting itself all in different aspect. And like I say, the soul is the primal light, the spirit is also the primal light, but the spirit light is turned off and it's sleeping, and that's why it's animating the body, because the mind took over it and put a coat over it, and it's being obscured behind the mind.
So now I said this, I read
Say that again.
like I was reading this other book, the Black Roots Science, ne?
The black what?
So now there are things there. Are you hearing me?
No, no, I didn't hear you. What?
Elohim, there, Yakub, the Elohim.
The Elohim?
Yeah, like Yakub, like they
Oh, you,
talk
oh,
about six
yeah.
thousand years ago.
Oh, Jacob. Okay.
Yakub, ne, they say 6,000 years ago he went to a private island.
Mm-hmm.
Ne? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm
When
hearing
he
you.
went to they say when he went to a private island, he meditated. After meditated, he saw some dark gene within him that must be manifested into this like they say a black person, the original person, one
Mm-hmm.
thing. So it has to come in as a manifestation. It had to be white people. Like sorry to say this, but in a way it makes sense. And then it was very instructive. Like he took a pig, they say he took like certain things to create this species. So now I said, my question is, when the sun, because of now in Africa already like it's happening, like the sun is hot, people are cooking, it means the light is on. So what is going to happen to this species that Yakub created 6,000 years ago? Because of it is not the original species.
Okay. So, with with all of the ones who are wearing the skin, right? Who are wearing, remember, you are not the body, right? You're not the body. They created the body. What they have done is created the body. Just like, remember, I tell you that the soul is the one that is making a lot of replicas of itself inside of the dream. All of the ones that the soul has created, they already come in with no light. They have no
Mm.
light because they are sleeping and dreaming, right? All of those, they are the dream characters. They are merging back into that one original self. They all came from the original self. They cannot go into the real because they were only created in the dream. No, as for the pigmentation in the skin of the ones who are light skin or dark skin, yes, the gods them went into the DNA of the body, but are we the body? No,
No.
we're not the body, and we're not the, yeah. So you're not the body, and neither are you this duality mind. So we cannot look at those things because look at what science is doing now. What is science doing? Don't they creating babies inside of a test tube?
Labs, yeah, they are doing it.
Yeah, but many of those, because all you have to do to start is to have the sperm and the egg, and you start it. So, but those many of those babies that are born, they are dream characters. They are not the real. Do you understand?
Mm,
Yeah, they can only exist in the dream, but they belong to a soul. They do belong to a soul, but they cannot rise up and exit. Only the original, like I said,
yeah,
only the
that's
original soul. Yeah, so they are a replica of one of the souls, but they are dream characters because they were created
wow.
from the duality consciousness, and they are not real. They're just
Dude.
they're just one of the dream characters, but they can exist in the dream, but they can't exist into the real. Like you yourself, once you take off the ego, you can go into the real. They can't take off the ego and go into the real because they were
Yeah, that's
created
what.
in the dream.
Ooh.
You understand now? So this is
Yo,
the
yo,
same.
yo.
This is the same thing with all the Pleiadian beings. All the Pleiadian beings, they are they are created inside of the dream, and they are white. All of them are white because they're the Lucifer was devoid of light because its light was turned on, so it did not have the sun. So the sun is what makes things black. And because Lucifer didn't have its sun, all of the beings that it created, while Lucifer is black, the thing that it created was not black. They became white. So this is why you see all of the Pleiadians, they are white, and because they are devoid of light. Many ones, when I say this up there,
Mm.
they are saying that they don't like my videos because they don't know the truth, but I am saying the real. And so what happened is that all of those beings, they create replicas for all of the original selves. The Lucifer created um dream characters that is white, that is similar to all of the original self. Like, sir, I'm gonna give you example of myself. I am the original self. I am Primal Light in this fragmented self as Auset, Aten Ra. This is the role that I am playing right now. I am the liberator, and I advocate for all selves. No,
I
myself.
said,
Uh-huh.
it's me. Like now, I want to go to. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know like myself. Like, do you explain it? Like, who am I? Like, am I Ma'at or am I Pata or who am I in that ancient time? I want to know. Like,
Yeah,
what did I come to balance in this
the soul.
fragmentation?
The soul. You have to connect with the soul. The soul is the one that knows. The soul is the one that has been through all the journey. So just let me explain. Let me just explain this. So
Yes, yes,
no,
sorry, sorry, yes.
yeah. So for myself, I said many other beings rose up from Lucifer that I was just called in they have different names. I don't remember their names, but they in ancient times the Greek give them one name. The Romans have another names, but these were the white
Yeah,
version of Auset. Do you understand? So this is what the problem is that a lot of false self arises, that is everyone is thinking that they are the real selves, when the real selves were or all the original selves is the came into the world dark, black, blue, very dark, and then because of the sun they have, and their imposter selves are the white ones. Know that Lucifer has returned back to non-duality. all of those white beings that it created was only created because it did not have any sun. The light was not turned on. So it's just like how
Mm.
the ones who are wearing light skin right now. Why are they wearing light skin? Because Set and Enil and Enki, they took out the they gave them they mixed their DNA with them, the consciousness, the mind, and gave them more
Yes.
mind. And so they took out the thing that would make their skin dark. You know what I'm saying? So because they wanted to create their own beings that would worship them. And so this is the reason why they did that. So but the self comes
Mm.
yeah, so the self they comes in anybody. You know, they come in white body, they come in brown body, but a lot of the original selves, they're gonna come into the world right now in a black skin.
You.
The original
So
self
now I
right
said
now,
for now I'm like my in terms of like my duality family, like how do I work around it? Like how do I protect myself and them and
just keep
for
just
now till
anchor yourself in the I self supreme by doing the affirmations that we just did, and making the vibration and connecting to your self
yes.
soul, because you want the teacher to rise up, you want to pull the ego off of you so that you can merge yourself, the spirit self, back into with the soul self. Because once you do that, you become a unified self. You now return to your primal light nature. You're no longer existing as this ego false self. And this is your goal. This is what
Mm.
you want to go. So once you do that, then you just keep engaging ones in the affirmations and the vibration. Anyone can do it. It doesn't matter what they believe, what God they believe in, and what deity they calling on. But eventually, they are going to know this truth, because the I Self Supreme is going to make an appearance. I don't know when, what day, what time, but I know it's gonna be soon.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's what has to happen.
So everyone is going to experience this.
Yep, everyone will know the truth, because the age of ignorance and existing as the ego false self is over.
Now if everyone knows the truth, what's going to happen? I said.
Yeah. But before everyone, you have to be in command of the mind, because the mind is still there deceiving ones, because they are used to going in and into these meditation and calling onto these dualities. They are still doing it instead of connecting with their self soul. They're connecting with all the dualities, and their mind is tricking them. They don't know that it's their mind that's doing that. The mind is going crazy now. The mind is even making them having some weird dreams. The mind is crazy now.
So
Go ahead.
you are telling me people are worshiping at nothing.
Yeah. They're just being, yeah, and they're just worshiping the mind. But the mind is crazy, because the mind is sleeping and dreaming, and they're getting into the dream, and the mind is tricking them.
Mm.
Yeah. So, if you can encourage one, say just, so why don't you seek the answer from your soul? Why do you need to covet someone? Why
Mm.
do you need to go to some witchcraftery and channeling? Why can't you trust yourself? See again,
Yeah, why?
confidence. I know who I am. I believe in myself. You don't need to call on anyone if you believe in yourself and you know who you are. They don't know who they are. So that's why they
Mm.
are doing that.
So now I said if the light is going to go off, is it going to go on again?
Yeah,
Or like what's going to people are just going to be confused or what's going to happen?
no, because everyone, I don't know, but I can tell you what I think is
Like
going
in
to
terms of
happen.
the network, it means in the world now, no, we are no more going to communicate through like
I think
WhatsApp, Facebook.
I think everyone is going to go into a trance. The self is going to put everyone in a sleep. This is what I think. I do not
Yeah, yeah,
know.
me too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
do
too.
not
Yeah,
know, but I know that I think everyone is going to go into sleep, and when you
yeah.
wake up, then this is what's going to
You're going
happen.
to just see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So no
Shit.
one is
Ooh.
going to suffer.
How
You
do you
know,
like, how do you and how do you know this thing, man?
you if you connect back to your soul will you will know. Yeah, and the mind is always gonna say, "Oh," and try to trick you. The mind is always trying
But
to
why
trick
doesn't like you know what I want to understand? Why doesn't Aten Ra control this consciousness?
because it's our mind. This is our duality mind. The mind is remember it
Like
is
she can't. There's nothing she can do
no,
about it.
it has gone crazy, and this is what the self has
Mm.
learned that the duality is dangerous. There will never be another duality world. This is it. This is why the self has been battling with itself for eons. The mind has gone
Mm.
crazy, and the self has been battling with the mind of all of itself that the mind took over. So remember, all right, you are the self, you make a self replica of yourself, and that self replica becomes the duality by you turning the light out. No, that
Of
that self of yours is fighting you and want to take over you. Do you understand? So
mm.
this is the problem that has
Yeah.
been going on. The self is fighting with itself because the mind has gone crazy and took over it. And so the self, because it was
So
in
now
the
it's
feminine,
over now.
yeah, no, the feminine, because it was in the feminine aspect, it couldn't. That's why Aten Ra had to be in the
It was
world
trapped.
as
Yeah.
as the mind avatar. She had to become in the world as a with a disguise that she was masculine.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Oh.
that's why all of the
Now,
earth.
but so her ego is what was making people worship her.
Yeah, yeah,
Like her ego mind.
the ego, yeah, was making everyone worshiping it. Everyone has been worshiping the ego, the mind.
Because of
Who's God?
you
Do
know
you
what
know?
is my problem? You know what is my problem, I said? It's only one problem. Yeah.
What
Like
is it?
why is people always praying? Always, 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 but nothing is happening. Like the poverty, it goes deep, 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 deep. You
Because
see,
the
it goes
mind has
deep, deep. Like
tranced them. The mind has tranced them. The mind has tranced them in the dream, and they think that they keep going in the same circle and getting the same result, but they keep doing it. And
yeah.
they still giving power to the mind instead of them take the mind taking control of them
And you
instead of
know, and
them.
I have
Yeah.
another problem one.
Mm,
Like here in Africa, ne, like the black people, you see, like when they want something, like maybe you want to buy a car or you want a job or you want something, they do sacrifices. Maybe
mm,
in our language we say mokete, like something like that, like so, like you need help. But those people they do those things, but still nothing is happening. Like I
yeah.
don't know, like the way they view success, like they must just get that just by being alive, you're already successful. It's not a matter of like I feel like if you just balance, I don't know how I can explain it, but it's a problem, yeah, and people don't get it.
Yeah,
People don't
because
understand. They do ancestral what going to the graveyards, all of those things, but only to find out this is just a dream. You just visit us, yeah, most.
yeah. Yeah, and they are tranced into the dream by the mind, and it's hard for a lot of them to see that, because I know, like, sometimes I go out and I meet many ones who, because they're having fight. This deity is fighting with that deity, so I am coming now, and I want to control you and get what you have. I call on that deity, then that deity come now, take over your body, and put you on a spell on you. You know what I'm saying? So this is the
Yeah,
yeah, and then no, I want to get the spell off of me, so I go to another deity come, and
it's a
and
problem.
yeah, and
It's
so
a
this yeah,
problem.
yeah, and so this deity is fighting against that deity, and this one have many souls, and this one have many followers, and that one have many followers, and this is how it has been, but
Yeah, and now I said, you know what? I'm having another problem that I need help with. Ne?
mm,
Like ever since I'm getting this information, like this ego is building up. Like I feel like I'm the only one who knows this, and like I'm being now this selfishness is rising. Where does it come from now? Because of like other people must learn. Like now, why does this when I arise, then I feel like I'm the only one?
The ego is doing that because it's
Yeah, I can. How do I
isolating.
control it?
Yeah, you just have to keep doing the affirmations. I'm telling you, the ego will not stop. It will not stop until it lights get turned back on. It's gonna be like this.
Yeah,
You
man.
have to be
Yeah.
on. Like a watchman. You see a lot of those stories that they give us was stories for us to be watching for the mind. You have to be like a watchman over this mind, and you have to be on your piece because it's always there trying to be deceitful, to devious. It just have a devious nature because the mind is sick. You know that story, Karaku?
Oh no, I've not watched it.
You never watched it? You should watch it. Or Karaku is a very important story, and I want to tell you why. Karabaga sorceress, she was she was the evil witch in the community, right? And so the Karaku rises up from his mom and he speaks from the womb. He said, "Mother, bring me into the world." She said, "A child."
Mm,
She said, "A child who can speak from the womb can bring itself into the world."
mm,
As soon as Karaku enter out, he says, he said, "I am Karaku." He knows his name. He knows who he is. He says, he did not wait for any adult, anybody to tell him who he was. He came already knowing. She did not calm him down with teachings of this and that. He says, "Mother, wash me." She said, "A child who can bring himself into the world can wash himself." As soon as he came
mm,
out, he started asking, "Why is this? Where's my father? Mother, what's this? Why is Karabaga sorcerer so evil?" She says
mm,
to him, "Only the wise man across the mountain knows he is your grandfather. Cause why does he know? He sees things the way that they are. That the wise man
mm,
does not have the mind cloaking over itself. It has released the mind off of itself, and you can see things the way that they are. Karabaga sorceress was evil
I
because
I
she
get
had a
you.
dagger. She
I
had a
get you.
dagger, huh? She had a
I
dagger in
get
her
you.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mind is suffering because the mind is sick. The mind is sick because the light and the mind is
Mm,
indivisible. But to create duality, I self supreme. Remember, you're the self, you have a mind. What the self made a replica of itself and turned the light off the mind. This is the problem. The mind and the light is indivisible. Because the light is turned off, it creates madness and sickness within the consciousness. The
mm,
consciousness went crazy. So this same thing with the Karabaga sorceress. She had a dagger in her back. She can't reach her back to take it out. So she's suffering. Because she's suffering, so Keraku said, "I am going to remove that dagger from her to relieve her of her suffering because I want to know, I want to get to the root of why she is mean and evil."
mm,
You understand what I'm saying? So this is how you have to be. This was how I was. I said, I want to get to the root. I want to get to the root why evil exists in the world. Why am I here? I want to get to the root. How did I come into being? And this, when I went, I said, I want to get to the root. Yeah, the self rose up within me and brought me to the root and tell me that the mind is the problem. The mind is sick, and the only way there's going to be balance is if the mind is healed. The mind can only
mm,
be healed because everyone into this world is wearing the mind, and everyone after the mind has to be retrieved back from you and returned back onto the mind. You understand? So this is the problem. The mind is sick. That's why the mind is doing these things. And so that's why we have to chant, that consciousness be healed, be healed, be healed, be healed, be healed. Consciousness return to non duality. You know,
Reality.
you have to
Mm,
be
mm,
planting
mm,
this to
mm,
the
mm,
mind.
mm.
You have to tell the mind, this is not your real nature. You are sleeping and dreaming. This is a dream. This is not real. Every day I have to tell consciousness this. Every day I have to say, consciousness, this is not real. Why are you being like this, consciousness? Wake up, wake up, wake up. When
Mm.
consciousness wakes up, this dream will end. This is going to be the end of the world. But because what people are thinking is the end of the world is not what I'm trying to explain to them what the end of the world is. This is a dream creation. We're on a
I
movie
understand,
set.
like I
Yeah,
understand,
we're on
yeah.
a movie set. The movie has to be over. Consciousness is sleeping and dreaming. Remember that consciousness is the mind of who?
Atteindra.
No.
Atteindra.
No, it's Supreme Ra. That is the self. That is the duality
Oh,
of
the
Aten Ra.
supreme ego. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
So remember, Aten
The
Ra is
self,
the original
the
self.
self replica of Atteindra.
Yeah. Aten Ra is the original self.
Yeah,
She makes a self replica, which is
yeah.
Supreme Ra. Aten Ra original or self replica. Supreme Ra is the duality, a partial duality self, because half of the time
But other,
she has her light on, and the other half, her lights get turned off to create the night. Her light is on to create the day.
I said, so I want to ask another one, like, and then this in terms of the duality physical family tree, ne? Are you hearing me?
The duality of what?
The duality physical family tree. I'm going to talk about it, but do you hear me?
The duality, small
Like
here,
physical
physical,
family tree,
familiarity,
family tree, family tree,
family,
tree.
familiarity. I'm not familiar with that word familiarity. Familiarity,
Family,
family. Oh, okay, okay.
family
Duality,
tree.
family. Okay, your duality, family. Is that what you're saying?
So I feel like, okay, it's fine. So don't you feel like there is a reason maybe your mother carried you to this life, like in her womb?
Yeah, remember, all of the selves are playing a role in the character. So you have to have, because you are in the movie on the set, so you one of yourselves play your mother. Remember, it's all yourselves. So
Listen, I said, you know what my problem is, Nasset?
mhm. You
Like you
tapping
say,
into the dream character. They are yourselves.
yeah,
So
listen, you know what? Yeah,
playing all of those roles. You
yeah.
ever
You know
seen
what
you
I'm
ever seen the
asking?
movie
Like,
Eddie
uh,
Murphy? Hold on, hold
yeah,
on 1 second. The Naughty Professor. You ever seen the movie The Naughty Professor with Eddie Murphy? He's playing all of the characters in the movie. Well, not all of them,
yeah,
but a lot of them. You ever seen that movie, The Naughty Professor? Eddie
yeah.
Murphy.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
see Eddie Murphy playing all those characters in the movie.
yeah.
Yeah, this movie here, this is you playing all of these characters.
So I must be attached. I must because
So,
I'm worried
so
about
you
her.
just
You
you're
see,
just so you're just one self. I am, I am,
but why am I so
I
worried
am a light,
about
self supreme. No,
what I
listen,
all
shh,
is myself?
listen. I am primal light, self supreme. No, you gotta repeat after me. I
I
am
am
primal light,
yes, I
self
am
supreme,
primalite,
self
self
supreme.
supreme.
All is myself. All
All is
is
myself,
I alone exist.
and I alone exist.
I alone exist. All of myselves
All of myself
must return back onto me.
must return back onto me. Yeah, now I feel it now.
No, yeah, no, say it again. I,
All of myself must
I
return
know.
back to
Start from
oh,
I am primal light.
I am primalite.
Yep. Lift your head up so I can see you. I can't.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Bring yourself back to the camera. I am.
you can
Yeah,
see me.
yeah. I am Primal Light,
I am Primal.
Self Supreme.
But why can't I see myself? Why can't I see myself? I said,
You know, I really don't know how to work this thing. So you should see yourself at
oh, yeah, is
at
it?
the
I can
top of the
see.
screen. You can see yes.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I got
Okay.
it. Yeah. Okay. I am Primal.
Self Supreme.
I
Self.
am Primal self supreme.
Yeah. All is myself.
All is myself.
I alone exist.
I alone exist.
All of myself
All of myself
must return back onto me.
must return back unto me.
Yeah, that is your affirmation for this week. You need to be chanting that over and over so you can
Because of that
disengage.
one, you, I need that
Yeah,
one. I said,
disengage yourself from the dream characters. Remember, they are dream
yeah,
characters.
because of I,
This is yourself playing all of the roles.
I don't know why I'm scared of losing my mom so much, like my physical in this dream character. I don't know. That's my only
No, that's
problem.
you. That's yourself. No, 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 no. All is myself. Come on, all is myself. It's okay. All is myself.
And
All
I
is,
alone exist.
and I alone exist. Say it again. Say it again.
All is myself and I alone exist.
Keep saying it.
Ma'am,
Keep saying it.
all is myself and I alone exist. All is myself and I alone exist.
Yeah.
All is myself and I alone exist. All is myself and I alone exist.
All right.
All
Now,
is
now
myself
say I
and
am
I
primal light.
alone.
I am primal
I am
light.
Primal Light.
Self
I'm
supreme.
the true light.
I am the true
Self
light.
supreme.
Yeah.
I'm the true light.
All is myself.
All is myself.
I alone exist.
I alone exist.
All of myself
All of myselves
must return unto me.
must return unto me.
Right. So that means that are you gonna lose
I
your
am
mother?
Primal Light.
Are you gonna lose yourself that is playing your mother?
No, she's going to return back to me.
There you go.
Yeah, now I get it. Yeah, at least now I'm free from this bondage. I'm no more going to be worried about
Yeah,
losing who because of all is myself.
yeah. I liberate
And all
myself
I
from this
alone exist.
duality, from this ignorance. Right?
Mm,
Yeah. So you just have to keep saying that. Keep saying
mm,
that over and over. Because I'm telling you, the mind is so tricky. It took me this is over 3 years now. And I have
mm,
been working with this consciousness and it's still trying to deceive me. So
mm.
I'm telling you, it's very tricky. If you're not saying the affirmations, you can get tricked.
Yeah.
You have to, as soon as you find your, like sometimes it will get me low, and I never say negative things to myself. No matter how low I feel, I just start saying, I am confident. I know who I am. I believe in myself. I am victorious. Even if I feel so crappy,
Mm,
I never get into these feelings. I just right away I said, I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I know who I am. I believe in
mm,
myself. I know who I am. I believe in myself. And mind has no power over me. Consciousness, you
mm,
have no power over me. I believe
mm,
in myself. I believe in myself. I am primal light. I am the true light. And all of myself must return unto me. I exist alone. Consciousness, you are sleeping and dreaming. Consciousness, this is all your imagination.
mm.
This is not real consciousness. You have to be talking to the consciousness. This is not real. This is a dream. And so this is how you help yourself
Yeah,
to be.
my chest is heavy now. Why?
Huh?
I said
Go ahead.
I was saying why is the chest hurting so much now?
Your chest is hurting.
Yeah, I'm getting like this sharp pains.
The consciousness, because your self is waking up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Myself is what?
Yourself is waking up to you. It's right in the center of your chest, right here, where I tell you to put
Mm,
your hand. Yeah, just keep chanting, because what the self is working with you. The consciousness is the conscious.
mm,
Yeah, the consciousness, because your soul is with you, and the self, the consciousness does not want to give up this existence. So the self is gonna pull the ego off of you. And so this is why pretty soon you're gonna feel this yourself moving in the body. Yeah, the self
mm,
is gonna liberate you from the consciousness, and you're gonna be free from it. So this is what's happening right now.
mm.
Yeah. So just keep chanting. Consciousness, you are sleeping
Be
and dreaming.
healed.
Consciousness, you are
This is
sleeping
just a
and
dream. This is
dreaming.
just a dream
Yeah. Wake
consciousness.
up, consciousness. Wake
When I
up.
see that, mm,
Yeah. Because the
every time I see that,
keep saying it. Don't listen to this consciousness. Keep saying it, because the self is pulling it off of you, but the consciousness is putting up a fight. Just keep saying it. Keep saying it, because you want to get it pulled all the way off of you, and then you're gonna feel yourself so liberated. Yeah, just keep
mm,
chanting those words. Yeah, the self is working with you. I self supreme. You self supreme primalite is working with you right now. So pull this ego off of you. Yeah, so that you can be liberated from it.
mm,
Just keep making those affirmations, doing the vibrations, and letting the consciousness know. I know who I am. I believe in myself. I
mm.
am primal light. I am the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. I
True life.
believe in myself.
Believe in
I
myself.
know who I am.
I know who I am.
Yeah. I am primal light, self
And from my
supreme.
life, self supreme.
All is myself, I
All is
alone
myself.
exist.
Or I alone exist.
All is myself, I alone exist.
All is myself. I alone exist.
All of myself must return unto I and I.
All of myself must return to I and I.
Yes. And then you
All
just,
of myself.
all
Mm,
of myself. Yeah, all of myself. Not one self will be lost. They're all gonna return back unto you. Yes.
mm.
I dissolve this dream.
I dissolve this dream.
I dissolve this ego.
I dissolve this ego.
Yes, and you just keep saying this so the consciousness know that you mean business. You don't want to. I no longer want to exist as this ego false self.
I no longer want to exist as this ego for itself.
I return to my ultimate true state.
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 I give up this ego existence.
Give up this ego existence.
I am the self.
I am the self.
I am not this duality consciousness.
I am not this duality consciousness.
I am the self.
I am the self.
I am not this duality consciousness.
I am not this duality consciousness.
I am primal light. I am
I
the
am
true
primal
light.
light. I am the true light.
All is myself. I alone exist.
All is myself. I alone exist.
All of myself must return back unto I.
All of myself must return back unto I.
Duality consciousness, return to non-duality.
Duality consciousness, return to non-duality.
Awake from the dream.
Wake from the dream.
Awake, awake, awake.
Awake, awake, awake.
I am victorious.
I am victorious.
I am triumphant.
I am triumphant.
I am victorious.
I am victorious.
I am triumphant.
I am triumphant.
I dissolve this dream.
I dissolve this dream.
Very good. Now I want you to lead us into the affirmations. Not the affirmation, the vibrations. So go ahead.
Let me start with the first one.
Then I will repeat after you.
Uh, Awesome. 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 Mm. Awesome. Awesome. Hey.
All right. How do you feel now?
Yo, just feel like flying.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yo. I think it's time now. I said, it's till when are you going to do another Zoom?
I'm going to I'm going to do one again on next Sunday, but I wanted to see if we can. I want to get more ones to, you see, like how, we're doing the affirmations and saying that I want to just have a session where we're just focusing only on the self, doing the affirmations and the vibrations. So,
Well, this thing, it hurt so much. I said, it's the first time, in my life that it hurt so much, yeah, in my chest there, like this sharp pains.
this is the,
Like
yeah,
I've never had a pain like this.
the, the consciousness is doing this. So, um, so now you're getting a little experience of what I have to deal with daily with the consciousness. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is what the consciousness is doing, but just keep spiraling the vibration around your body and just keep your center into the soul and into the primal light. Say, I am anchored into myself supreme. I am anchored into
I'm anchored into
self
myself supreme.
primal light.
Mm.
I'm
I'm
anchored
anchored into myself supreme primal light
unmanifest.
and manifest.
The unmanifest.
I am anchored into my primal life self supreme be and manifest.
Very good. Because you are manifested right now. Your primalite self, self supreme is unmanifested. All right. And so it's
Mm.
anchored in there. So this ego have no power over me. Say that. Ego, you have no
This
power
ego have
over
no
me.
power over me.
Ego, you have no power over me.
Ego, you have no power over me.
Mind, you have no power over me.
Mind, you have no power over me.
Be still, be still, be still.
Be still, be still, be still.
Still and know that I am in command.
Be still and know that I am in command.
And as I have commanded, so let it be.
As I have commanded, so let it be.
I dissolve this ego.
I dissolve this ego.
I dissolve this dream.
I dissolve this dream.
I am liberated. I am free.
I'm liberated. I'm free.
I return to my ultimate true state.
I return to my ultimate true state.
Yeah. And so you just keep saying those affirmations so that this ego knows it is not in command, but you, the self, is in command of this ego.
Yes, I don't know. I wanted to like in terms of diet. That one we haven't. I'm struggling with this food. Ish.
So, what do you eat?
It's tough. If I can tell you, you will be angry. I'm even scared of telling you.
No, no, no. You see that's the mind that's judging you. Don't the mind
Oh
knows
yeah.
the mind is doing all of this. The self is not judging you. Yourself is not judging you because even for myself, the mind will make me feel guilty even for eating.
Even
Yeah,
for eating, you
even
see.
for eating something, the mind will make me feel. And most times I only eat once a day, and sometimes I might eat something else, But even if I
My
eat,
problem is I have to eat whatever my family is eating. You see, ish.
yeah.
Like
So
whatever they cook, I have to eat because of.
yeah, but after a while, your body will not require as much, as because me, I
Like
will.
I'm experiencing it,
You're experiencing it, yeah.
but yeah. But now I'm losing weight. How do I eat once a day and maintain my weight? Because
Well,
ever since I started like monitoring this diet, like I'm losing weight.
yeah. So just as long as you're healthy, you don't have to worry about the mind will
But
make
is gym okay? Is it okay to gym, ne?
to what?
to like weight lifts. Is it okay?
To weight lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you have this body and you want to keep it up balanced. Yes, you can. The mind will make you feel
No
guilty.
problem.
Yeah. So if you want to
Yeah.
run or you want to do things to keep your body fit and your strength going, yes, you do those things. Yourself supreme is not judging you on any of these things. Yourself supreme is
So,
not.
but what about drinking alcohol and smoking?
No,
The
no,
self-supreme is also not judging.
no. Those things are off limits because it messes up you know, your connection, and you don't want to do those things. Those things is different now.
Like, you know what? Like, as I said, is like I want to talk about this thing. Like, when you
No
talk about
alcohol.
smoking, cigarette, listen, cigarette,
No
uh,
smoking. No, no,
but they say marijuana is natural. So let's talk about that one
no. If
because
you
of it
want,
looks like a plant.
okay, like many ones they do this. These are mind enhancing things. You don't want
It
to take
what?
mind enhancing things. You don't want to do anything for enhancing your mind. You want to still this ego. You want to get it off of you. You don't want to be going into euphoria and dreams. Is that what you want? No, you
Ooh.
don't want that. You want to dissolve the dream because it's going to bring you in euphoria and into dreams. You don't want that. So you have to stop those things so that yourself can work for you. Your self soul will
Mm.
work. So you
Because of
want
a lot of people, they hide behind and then they say marijuana is natural. Then they
no,
hide behind anything that is also okay.
it's no, it's just the mind is just taking them into these dreams. It's all a dream. They're experiencing all a dream. They're not experiencing the real. So they
What?
experiencing the consciousness. The consciousness is
Caution.
giving them a lovely time, and they love it. You know, the dream experience,
So if I said if it is a lovely time, why is it off limits?
because it has to do with the ego and being immersed into the dream.
Because of like our grandfathers, they will tell you like maybe if you use it, it makes you maybe clever or it
No,
gives you
this is
peace.
no, it doesn't. This is all for the mind. This is you want to be connecting with yourself. Do you want to be connecting with this duality mind? Or you want to connect with your
I
real
want
self?
myself. I want
Okay.
myself.
So if you want to connect with your real self and know the truth, then you have to connect with the soul, and you cannot take those things to connect with the soul. You have to go pure.
So now, the last one, like what like this thing I'm busy with, like it's making money. I can see, but now I don't know. I'm confused. I must put.
Just trusting yourself, soul. The way will be made
So
for
if
you.
I said I see myself making millions now, what must I do now
You don't
with
need to
them? What
see
must I do?
you don't need to see yourself making millions. I know who I am. You know this dream is ending, and
I
you can
said, let me
change the
let
world.
I want to like be honest about something, eh? And please
Go
hear
ahead.
me properly. Like remember I told you about this thing, Forex, ne?
What?
Like trading, foreign
Trading,
exchange.
trading.
Yeah, yeah, trading. You see, like I got introduced to it, like, and I was still a Christian. You
Mm-hmm.
understand, ne? I was still a Christian, ne? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. So as I went by, I was reading these books about trading, exchanges, and all of those things. And then as I'm busy like learning about this thing, and then I come across to this things now about like spirituality. It's like if you want to make it in life, you have to be balanced. You what. So in a way, this trading thing made it made me find myself. You understand? Like if it wasn't for this thing, let's say said, if it wasn't for this thing, I wasn't going to know I have to do research about myself. There's this thing called spirituality, there's this thing called the soul, there's this thing called what, there's this things called meditation. All I knew was Jesus was coming to save me and all of those things. And then when I started reading like these books, like then a shift happened, you see. And then I went deep, and then when I found like the spiritual guys, they say like That thing is not a problem as long as I balance this thing. So now I met you after 3 years of studying this thing, and then when I like now I see that I'm going to start to make all of this money. Like, how do I stop myself? Because of after all this dream is in me.
No, no, because you know the way the world works is that you need to finance yourself, right? The way the world works,
Yeah,
you have to finance yourself. You need a place to live. You need if you're moving around, you need a transport. The self is not judging you on those things. So if you have to work, you work to or whatever you're
that's what I
doing.
wanted to ask.
Yeah,
Like, if you don't work, the children won't go to school.
yeah,
You have to have
exactly.
an
Because it's
income.
a
Yeah,
part you're playing a character in the movie and you have a role to play, so you still have to provide for those things. Like for myself, I don't have a job, but what I do
yes.
is I make juices, and sometimes I go out in the community and I sell the juices. And 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 I used to work in the school as an educator, but now like someone's are in um um inviting me to come again to work with students, and so they will give me some money like that, but I don't have a job per se. What
Yeah,
I
like
know is my
the
son.
self supreme make sure you are well cared of.
Yeah, so sometimes I never know where the rent was
So
coming.
now you're telling me, so now you're telling me if I buy a Ferrari, to judge me.
The self is not judging you. If you are obsessing about the things of the world, then that's a different thing. That's the ego. But for the necessity of the world, of what you need, yeah, of
Oh,
the necessity of what you need, like, do you
so
need
I
10?
must just let go, man. I must let go. Ne?
Yeah,
It's
you
like
see,
it's
you
about just
remember.
building with the family and
Yeah,
making sure we are okay.
exactly. And
Yeah.
telling the truth. But the
Because
thing,
of ever since I was young, you see, I dream about, like, driving this, what, like the biggest house in. But now when you go up, you see, it's just the ego.
yeah,
Everything in life is just about you, your family balanced, happy,
exactly. And you share the
and
truth
then
with them, and
because of why I said, ne, I have this because of, like, yeah, like in this areas, ne,
mhm,
you maybe you buy maybe expensive car, or maybe you build a big house, ne,
mhm,
which some people can afford. So now they start this hate on you,
mhm,
witchcraft. They go to the doctors because of they feel like you are way ahead of them. That's where this root starts. You see,
mhm,
that's
mhm.
why I wanted me. I felt like, why doesn't just everyone, like, be the same?
Because of the
Like,
ego. The ego want, oh, I want everything for myself and I don't want to share with all my other selves. Do they know
but
that
why?
they
Because of
are
this
self?
enough for all of us.
All right, okay. Remember, all is my. No, come again. Say, all is my.
Always myself and I alone exist.
They don't know that. So they don't want to share with all of their other selves. They think that they should own everything and no one else. So this is only the problem of the mind. The ego does not know that everyone is itself, and if
And
you
everything is enough. Yeah.
yeah, for everyone to have. But the ego does that. And because the ego is doing that, and the ego make everything expensive, so you
Ish.
cannot live in the world and not have a way to make a finances for yourself. So you, whatever way you're making a finance for yourself, you just continue to do that, but you just make sure that you are working on yourself daily, and you're putting yourself first, and not like chasing the dream and chasing dream things, because all of it is going to be dissolved. Everything is going, this whole existence is going to be dissolved. This will be no more. When the self close this duality will not exist anymore. All the selves are waking up. No one is gonna go back into sleeping and dreaming anymore. This is all a dream. This dream must end. You will arise in the real and be creating in the real, where you know yourself. The self is sharing. There is no ego. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
because I did ask Self
Hey,
Supreme.
I said,
Mm-hmm.
mm, today, today Yeah, today it's different because of I'm even experiencing pains. That I don't know. It's the first time there's a war inside of me.
Yeah, don't just keep saying the affirmation in your mind. I am primal light. I am the true light. All is myself. I alone exist. Got to keep saying that when
So
you
like of as if like for but I hear you actually everything is just the ego. Man. I must just get this.
it's the ego that's doing that.
Ish, ish. It's a problem.
Yeah,
Mm.
the ego is doing it, and so we just have to keep, reminding the self, because remember the self, the baby self is sleeping and it's coated by the ego. So we want it to rise up, you, the baby self, and to merge with the self, the self soul. So the ego can know that it is just a mind, it is not a self, and it's time for it to wake up. Yeah. So just keep your center in your chest right here, and just keep saying the affirmation, because you have the power. You're powerful beyond anything that you can imagine, because you are.
Mm.
Who are you?
I am the primal light.
Very good. And keep
I'm the true light.
mm-hmm,
All is myself, and
mm-hmm.
I alone exist. And all
Ah,
of myself must
mm-hmm.
merge back unto myself.
Aye. Very good. That this is your affirmation for your every day. You're saying this non-stop. You're walking, you're saying it. When you're cooking, you're saying it. You're eating, you're saying it. I mean, you're just saying it all the time in your thoughts, so that this ego can know. It does not
This
know.
people can know. But
Yeah,
this thing is funny enough because of everyone who I meet with, I tell them they believe. Just that they are confused, they don't know like how I figured out. And then I tell them like only through stillness. But it's hard for other people. Ish.
they have to try it too. They have to go into stillness so that they can get the mind to be still, so that the self can rise up, so that they can know, and give them the affirmations. You give them the
Because you
affirmation.
know what, like the problem, like the problem is, a lot of people already they have already caught up like in having a family.
Mm-hmm.
You have your life, you have your thing, and then you introduce this information, like it gets tough to let go of other things. Hey,
But if you keep the affirmation going, you just tell them to say it every day when you're driving your car, no matter no, what you're doing. You just keep saying it, and eventually the mind is going to get it.
or it will get used to it.
Yes. So you have to keep doing it. This is how you reprogram the mind. Just tell them, say this affirmation every day. You give them the affirmation. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am self luminous. I am luminous, pure consciousness.
Mm,
And you just make them say
mm.
that. Those four lines. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am self luminous. I am luminous, pure consciousness. Over and over and over. I am not this
Ah,
body.
so this one is the
I am
truth.
not this
This
mind.
one is the truth.
Yeah, I am
Mm,
not this body. I am not this duality mind. Got to say that.
mm.
Have to say that.
So now I said, man, what your children, man, like if you teach them, what are they saying?
Pardon?
Like your children in this world, what are they saying if you teach them this information?
You mean the ones? You mean myself?
The ones you
Myself?
yeah, yeah, yourselves that you gave birth. Yeah.
Okay. So when they were younger, they were I did not know a lot
Because
of things
sorry, sorry
about
to
myself.
sorry, can I say something? Sorry, can I say something? Sorry. Ne? You know why? Because of if they are yourselves, ne, that means they have all of those qualities.
Hmm.
They don't be difficult for them to be awake because of they are already yourselves.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So like my younger self, which is my son, um
Mm,
he is
it is your younger self.
yeah. So he's 18, and he's very aware. He's very aware. The consciousness has been the self has been working with him, pulling the consciousness off of him. And the other one is actually, this fragmented self that I am is actually my masculine self. So
But is
sometimes,
it a female or a male? Is it a boy or a girl?
they're both males, and then
Boys.
yeah, and
Oh,
so one of them is the baby self of the primal teacher, which is yeah,
oh,
yeah, and so the other one is actually the masculine self. I'm giving you the lineage of how they came in.
yeah,
Then the other one,
yeah,
is the baby self of Horus, Heru, which is Shiva.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you that. Have you ever figured out like
yeah,
between them which one who is Horus or
yeah,
who is
yeah, yeah. Which
who is
their lineage is
yeah.
playing in the dream. Yeah. So I know their lineage. Yeah. So that's
Wow.
yeah. So once the ego has been completely pulled off of you, you get to know like the lineage that you came, that yourselves that has been playing yourself has been playing through different lineage of how you came into the dream as the dream character, the movie, into the movie set. So you get to know all of those. Yeah.
Because of the other guys that I know, they call themselves with those names. The other one maybe will call himself Nut. The other one will call himself Potar. The other one will call himself
Yeah,
like Isis or
yeah, they are.
Osiris or
Yeah, they are identifying, but they're not of that lineage. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know all of myself, and I know they are not. Many ones I speak to, they say, "Oh, I am Horus," and I said,
yeah, that's the thing, but it's not the true
but
facts.
yeah, but it's not the lineage, but they are. You
Yeah,
understand? Cause
as the
all is
self, as the
myself.
whole self. Yeah,
Yeah, all is
yeah.
myself. But they are saying that as in terms of that is the dream character, that is the character they're playing, and that's their lineage. But because the self fragments
Woo!
itself and is the lineage, if you're looking at that part of it as the lineage of how you came, then none of them is that. But of course, in terms of the self, all is myself. I am all of those selves playing all of those roles.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's just like that. It's just like that. That's it. Yeah.
yeah.
It is what
But
it is.
but many ones, they want to know the lineage, and sometimes I don't get into that because I say all is the primal light, all is myself, and just stay at that. But sometimes, ones want to know the characters they play, and so that's all that is. So that's
Mm,
yeah.
mm. No, this dream must end.
Yeah,
Consciousness be healed.
yeah, exactly.
Consciousness must be
Be
healed.
healed. Exactly. Must be healed. Consciousness. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You
Because
know?
of now, I'm getting angry now, I said, and I don't want to be angry.
Yeah.
But not that, not literally angry. Like every time people they go to church, they speak about God, Jesus, what. Like if a person tells me that Jesus helped them find a job, I get angry. You know when you know the
Exactly.
truth
Like you
is
were the one that was doing it. You went out, you took the steps, to get the job. Yourself is doing that for you, but they love to give credit to these.
even now I said I was there. There's the other pastor. He's a powerful pastor.
Hmm.
Yeah, ne? So I was with him and I was talking with him. When we were talking, when I take out these files, now he's scared of me. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah,
Because you know what I told him? I told him that the light is on. And if the light is on, everything is going to be exposed.
exactly. Yeah.
He must stop taking the masses of people to
Hmm.
sell their souls, and he must search within his own soul. He
Yeah.
must search within himself.
Yeah.
And then he asked me how I know this self. These things I say, search within, you will find. Because of they make me angry. They're stealing souls. You
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
And people, yeah, in South Africa, it's too much poverty, but everyone is go like you see, but like nothing is going on. And
Yeah.
if someone is rich, that person wants to be rich alone. You
Mm-hmm.
see, that's the problem. And they don't see that that person who is rich is not going to church, he's not praying, he's not doing all of those things. He's
Yeah.
just hey,
Yeah. Sit up again. You're slanting
all
and
like this. Oh, so rich. Yeah, I'm a bit tired, but okay.
you're tired. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a problem. It's a problem that being I said, man. Ish.
Are if you lean back, just turn the camera so I can see you.
Like, is it fine like this?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the problem, and that the mind got into those habits. But
Even the leaders, I don't understand. Like these guys, they're talking about the youth. The youth must rise, the youth what. But these guys, they're the ones who driving fancy cars, big houses, they have security guards. But still, people are in poverty, people are not finding jobs. But they vote for these politics, they vote for all of these things, but it's not happening. And then they put pressure on the youth that they must find jobs, they must do what. If you don't do that, it's a problem because of now this cost of living is hectic, you see. And I feel like they're forcing it, like they, hey, mm,
yeah, that's what the ego rules the world, Remember that the ego rules the world,
mm.
and they're setting a stage because they want everyone to be chasing dream things. Oh, I want a dream. I have this dream, a dream
So
car.
I said, so I said, you are telling me all of the sellers that did terrible things to people. Aten is not going to judge them, or Aten is not going to punish
No,
any.
because say it again. All is my
All is myself. All of myself must come back to me. The dream is over.
exactly. They are. They're not.
You
They
must just
are.
make peace.
Yes,
Yeah, that
exactly.
we
This
didn't
is
experience
myself.
the dream the
This
way
is
we wanted to
myself doing
dream.
all this crazy stupidness. Cause why?
What?
In a dream and sleeping and don't know.
Yeah,
You're
this is
gonna. What you
crazy.
gonna do? You're gonna punish yourself.
If
You
yeah, if
punish
Asenra
yourself.
punishes
You're gonna
us, he
suffer.
punishes herself.
You've already gone through enough punishment with yourself. The self, the non-dual self had to fight with its duality self to bring balance to it right now. For ages and ages, the self has been battling to bring balance to its non-dual, the duality selves.
I said, this is you.
Yeah, remember that. Keep saying it. All is myself.
And I alone exist. All is myself and
You
I
are.
alone
Yeah,
exist.
you already been through enough suffering.
Mm,
Already paid
mm,
for all of this
mm.
duality. Duality. It's crazy. They
So
will
you are
not
telling
rise
me I
up.
said I must no more be worried about money, eh?
No, no. You will provide for yourself every
Yeah,
day.
because if,
You need to be provided.
when I sleep, I think about money. When I wake up, I think about
Just keep
money.
saying the mind is doing this. It's going to distract you. What do you say? I believe in myself.
I
I know
believe in
who I am.
myself. I
I
know who
am.
I am.
I
I
am.
am already,
I am
or
prime.
it's I am already what
I am that I am.
I am that I am.
I am primal light. You just keep repeating it over and over.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
just that now is the consciousness is a bit tired and it's playing tricks on
Yeah.
me now.
That's why you have to keep saying that. So it does not know it's sleeping and dreaming. Consciousness,
Mm.
you are sleeping and dreaming. This is not real. I do not want any dream things. I yes, I have what I need for this dream world. Everything that I need will be provided for me. What I need for this dream world.
It's simple. It's simple.
Yeah, I don't need to be thinking about it and obsessing about it. It will be provided for because who's in command? I am in
Myself.
exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. And this is something that the self wanted to teach me to because while I was working with all of the dualities every day. And so I even myself I could not even keep a job if I wanted to because there was so much happening. There was battling. It's like you're feeling the thing in your chest. The selves they were battling with me. So even if I wanted to say take care of my go out and get a job and do this thing, I could not do it. And so The self had to make way to. I never knew what was gonna happen and how it was gonna be provided. When I see the time coming to pay the rent and they're putting notice on my door that they're
But
gonna
you just
evict
see
me.
things happening.
Yeah, and I put notice on the door. They're gonna evict me, and I said to Self Supreme, okay, Self Supreme, I know that the rent, because the mind wants to make you doubt, and so I have to say I am confident in myself, I believe in myself, and Self Supreme let me know that it is. I am going to get. It's going to happen. I just have to trust in myself, because we have to learn how to trust in ourselves. The mind has made us doubt and we don't have no confidence. So even for
Mm.
myself, that happened. I had to learn how to have confidence in myself, to know that the self is going to provide for me whatever I need. It's going to make sure the rent is paid, that I don't get put out of, because they constantly were putting up notice on the door that they're going to take me to court, they're going to evict me and stuff like that. And so,
Everything is free.
huh? Yeah, from this.
I'm
And
saying they must understand that everything is free.
yeah, and then not only that, then they raised up the rent, and then I had to send them a notice like all of these dream things is going to end. So all the things that you are holding, all the things that you're holding here, might as well you just be nice to others right now and stop charging this
And
exorbitant
I'm sure
price.
when you say those things,
Yeah,
they think you are crazy, né?
I sent them a letter. I said this is ridiculous.
They
What
say
you
you're
guys
crazy when
are
you tell
doing.
them.
We're all supposed to be living on this earth for free, and you are charging us exorbitant prices to be here. Where did you come from to come here to charge someone to live here into this dream? you know? So this is for the
Mm.
ego. So we just have to we in here, and this is the rule that they
Well,
made
I
to
said,
be here. And so we just have to not worry. The self is gonna provide for you. You are gonna make sure that there's a way it's made. Just keep saying that. I believe in myself.
oh,
I'm confident. I know who I am. Everything that I need for this dream, I don't need to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I am in command. And you just know that the self is gonna provide for you. I've been through there. I've been through the same process when I was going through this. And the self, I had to learn. I had to gain that confidence in myself, and this is how I do it, by making the affirmations and letting the mind know that I am not listening to you. You are sleeping and dreaming, and you are fighting against me.
hmm,
Yeah.
hmm.
You have to know that the mind is fighting against you. It's always going to come to you and tell you stuff. Don't listen. Let it know. I know what you're doing. I believe in myself. I am confident. Mind, be still. This mind is never going to
I
stop
said, yeah.
until the light is turned back on.
And I noticed the other thing, people like 90, even I don't know if I'm exaggerating or what, like, but people, 95% of people, it's maybe at least they can't be sober minded.
They
You
can.
understand? Like maybe someone feels like they have to maybe drink alcohol or
Oh, okay.
smoke or
Them
maybe do
bad
something. Eh? Like
habits.
everyone, you can see Mozan in the ones, maybe they drink, still pain, maybe there's medicines to get this. So how do you deal with that thing? I said, like that plug. What do you do to not be sober minded? Like to get maybe yourself high or to get yourself drunk, like other people in the world. What do you do?
The affirmations and the vibrations. You
So
see,
you don't want that feeling. You don't want
I don't have any
like you don't want
feelings.
that feeling.
I don't have any feeling for any of those things. So it's about the
But
habit
in your
that
life,
you have.
have you drank alcohol? Like in your life, have you ever drank
No,
alcohol?
no, no. I was never engaged in a lot of them. I have drank wine, and
Wine. Yeah,
yeah,
like you
yeah,
told me.
yeah. But I
Like
never I
smoking, you've never smoked.
no, because I was never trying to make myself get in any bad habits, because I knew that I had a mind that was very active, and if I get into bad habits, it was going to be hard for me to break out of the habits. So I was very vigilant with myself to
Because
make
of
sure that I am protecting myself from bad habits. So this is what you want to
yeah,
do.
because
Protect yourself from bad habits. The mind is habitual. Once it gets into a habit, it's hard to break it.
Yeah, because of like I have my friends, you see, they're addicted marijuana,
Yeah.
uh, and that thing, drugs, the original drugs, you see,
Hmm.
and then the other ones, né, they take them to rehab, and then when they come to rehab, they no more the same again. You know, their mind is slow, damaged. You don't make sense anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen to those cells now?
So they're all is myself. Come again.
And
All is
I
myself.
all must
All
come
of
back into
myself
me.
return back. Yeah. So
All must
the
come
mind,
into
the mind is
me.
what is sick, but is the self is gonna return back to you. The mind is gonna return back to consciousness. The light is gonna be turned back. The self is going to heal the consciousness, and this is how it's gonna be returned back into its non-dual state.
I said, listen to this one. Ne? Like when I was reading Black Roots, it says like us, we were following nature, ne? Like the
Hmm.
original two state before this chaos, like the original normal two state. So people were not fighting, people were not sick, people were like all of those things. So it means if the light is on and we're going back to non-duality, they are like it's going to be useless for people to go to jobs and things because of the light is on.
No, 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 because what's going to happen is that this duality is ending completely, meaning that the way that we are working with these bodies, we are going to move to a new creation. So not
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So when you rise up
shit.
again, you're not going to have this body. You're going to have a different body.
Yo. So now listen to this one. Listen to this question. So, like just like you have risen, eh? So it means in this new balanced world, you're going to be aware that you rose yourself up
Yes,
out of the
exactly.
old one.
You're
Go,
going
you
to
go,
be
you're going
huh?
to be aware.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, you're going to
because
be
of like
awareness because
the way
okay,
you
let me
explain it to me, you say like so can I just say this one? You say like it's going to be a blackout, né? And then if it's that blackout, no one is going to suffer, right? You're just going to wake up like this.
just
So
exactly
the cells, myself that didn't wake up, they're not going to be aware.
no, they will have no awareness of existence because they have merged back into the I Self Supreme and they will not exist anymore.
And then but it's like but why does it feel like Aten is being choosy now?
No, it's not choosy. These all of myself. If
Oh, ish.
all of myself is already onto me, is it being choosy? No, everything is
It's
onto
not a
me.
it's not a matter of this feeling of you
No,
know
it's myself.
mm,
Yeah, yeah. I am just yeah.
this feeling is
Okay.
just the ego. This feeling is just the
Just
ego.
the
Yeah,
ego. Yeah, it's making
yeah,
separation again. Making
yeah.
separation again. Saying that all as myself, I
And
alone
I alone
exist.
exist.
Okay.
Oh,
So you
this thing.
exist. You're just making some babies of yourself, and you are just playing, making a movie. And now you're bringing back all yourselves to come back from the movie that set that you have created, and that set movie set will exist no more. And all yourself,
But the other sellers, they're hating
one
us,
self,
man. They're hating us.
one
Mm.
self, one self, one self.
But my other sellers, they're hating me, man. Like, for an example, the
Because
president
the
of the
ego,
country,
remember the
killing
ego,
people.
ego. They don't the ego. They don't even know that you are themselves. The ego just is all about itself. Just want this and want this and want everything. So you just have to keep remembering that. You know that is just the ego, and the ego is doing that, and you just keep speaking the truth, so that the ego know. You just keep saying it. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am primal light. I am the true light.
Mm,
And so you give those affirmations to one so that they too can come into awareness, realization that they are the
mm,
self
mm, mm,
supreme
mm,
and
mm,
they're just
mm,
one
mm.
self. One self
Mm,
playing all of these roles in the movie.
mm.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's just the way it is, you know?
and then what was the other one again? Even my mind can run away with me now. It's here now. It's listening to the real now. It can't go anywhere now because of now. This is the real. This is the real. You're talking about the real.
Yeah, and you just keep grounding yourself and still in the mind. I am anchored. Anchor yourself into yourself supreme. I am anchored. I am stabilized. Nothing can uproot me. Mind, ego,
Well,
you cannot uproot me. I am anchored and stabilized in myself supreme.
next week, I'm going to, there's this other guy, I'm going to call you with him because when I showed him this information, he
Mm-hmm.
said to me, this is the final stage. I didn't understand. He says this is the last level. He says there's no other, like he was so focused on the spiritual things that, but he said he didn't know that everything is well equipped within him. He
Mm-hmm.
says that after I told him about this thing, about stillness, he says he felt like after all these ages, this one was the last stage. Like there's nothing above the supreme level. Like there's nothing above. Like you understand me as a like that guy. Like he says he's awake and like
Yeah,
he's,
this
he's,
is
he,
yeah, this is
he,
the
feel, he
last
feels
stage.
stupid. He feels stupid for following like things outside himself. Like he sees things the way they
Yeah,
are.
you
Just
give
for
him that
telling him,
because the ego, yeah, don't need to. The ego wants you to be like beating up on yourself. So you know what I did? I've been there. I've done that. I have been there. I've done a whole lot of
mm,
ignorant things. Now, here I am right now in this moment. You don't need to dwell in the ignorant things that you have done. You did not know. So now that I am here, you
mm,
stabilize yourself. You know,
mm,
don't dwell on those things when the ego brings it. You just keep saying, I know who I am, I believe in myself, I am confident. The ego wants you not to
mm.
believe and trust in yourself and want you to be dwelling on things that you have done wrong.
Because of this age, yeah, yeah. This chakras. But you didn't. You as said in your life, like when you were still learning, you didn't go with these things of chakras. You didn't like do
No,
them.
I didn't. I did. Up to now, I don't know. I don't know all the chakras, but I do know the crown
Like
chakra.
root, like you know how they do it. Can I explain? But you know, almost you are the duality. It's not like maybe I'll confuse you or something. But can I explain them? Like like I want to know because of with your information it makes sense, like from the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra, throat chakra, and then when they talk about the third eye, they say like it's the first eye where maybe when you were in your mother's womb, you see, like it is that eye, like when you come to the world, and then to see things for what they are,
Uh,
and then it comes to the crown chakra. But I feel like also those things, they are tricks
yeah,
to
exactly,
confuse people. Yeah.
exactly. Because
Because of everyone who came into this world, you came equipped. You came with everything that you need. You don't need anything outside to save you or to help you. Or
exactly,
that's my
exactly,
problem. But
exactly.
those guys, I said like that when they spread that information, like other people, they are getting help. You see, I think it's a matter of how you want to experience the world.
Exactly. Because when you're doing chakras, the reason why it was something to keep people busy throughout the ages, to keep them busy. Yeah,
Woo!
it was because it helps.
You're just going higher and higher in the dream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
yeah.
Because because during that time, all
Yeah,
of
this
the
is deep.
deities
Yeah, I said,
all of the deities was holding the souls in slavery, and no one could access a lot of their souls. Their souls was in slavery. So this was something that would to keep people busy and to help them with
so
their
that they can feel like
mind.
they're safe or
Yeah, yeah,
what.
yeah. But no, everyone can have access to their soul because the Self Supreme is releasing all the souls from slavery from all of
So
those deities.
what about the souls of the world that Jesus took? All of those souls, where what's going to happen to
The
them?
Self Supreme has released them back onto those beings,
Mm,
but they are still calling onto. Remember, I told you that there are still some ones. The dualities left, so those ones now are going to take those souls. because yeah, so because Jesus was played by Anubis was playing Jesus, and Tahuti was playing Allah, and they are Set self. Set is
Allah.
Allah
Oh.
and Jesus. They are all the
So
same
like
self.
you see, I said they say Allah is leg, eyes, ears, like a deeper meaning of it, like this physical body. Like Allah is like that's why the Muslims they take Allah as the creator. But the other guy they say he says Fargan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he says
So can you explain
they're not talking about the electromagnetic beings. They're not talking about us.
the
I think they were talking about they say they were
mind?
talking about the Elohim or that's how they explain the duality. Yeah.
Yeah, but
The
they
Elohim when they created the white people 6,000 years ago, you see,
mm,
like he says Yakub was teaching those people those things. It was not for us.
mm-hmm.
So that's where it confuses me. Even in terms of God, even in terms of an ego, like the word God as an ego character. When they were talking about God, they were not talking about the electromagnetic beings. They were only talking about the human being.
Ego. Yeah, the ego, because the ego is the mind, and so this is the reason why they have those stories, because they were being educated because they were just newly created, the body, and was into themselves, and they were separated. They were they were separated from the original beings in all the natives, the Aboriginal people in any culture. So they did not have
Mm.
any knowledge of self, and so this is the reason why they have those books, because all of the stuff is taken from the pyramids. The stories that is written on the wall. So Allah is actually Set. Set is the masculine to the world. So this is why Set plays such an important role, and Set plays the devil. Set plays the devil. Set, you remember how I explained to you myself, my lineage, myself, Mahat is myself. She's now merged to me. Heru is also Horus is myself, my masculine self now merged to me. Ptah is also my masculine self merged onto to Shiva. And then we also have two other selves that's in the world now, as two human beings. The same thing with Set. Set has two selves, which is Allah and Jesus, which is Anubis and Tahuti, right? And now they are merged back onto Set as one self. Set feminine
And
self is Ra. Ra is the world. She's the feminine for the world. Um,
so
Set
now Seth
is
is
the
merged with Ra.
Yes, Set is now merged with Ra, because Set is the masculine to the world.
So where is Ra? Ra is merged with who?
Ra is merged with Set. They are one self. This is their
No,
lineage.
I'm saying if Seth is merged with Ra,
Mhm.
Ra is now in the non-duality. Where is Ra now? Ra is said with Aten
So
Ra.
they're together now, so they are partial duality. Like in the night now, they are in duality. In the consciousness is taking over, so they're in duality. When the sun rises in the morning, they are partial duality. Now they are awake. But in the night, they go to sleep because the consciousness is their mind.
Yeah.
You understand? The
Yeah.
consciousness that rules the world that everybody has is Set mind, Set and Ra's mind.
So so even now Seth is still uncontrollable.
Yeah, he's still, because the consciousness that rules the world is his mind. So this is the problem still. So this is
So for this to end, this thing must be dissolved. This
yeah.
mind must
You
be
see what I'm saying?
dissolved.
Yeah, the mind. Yeah,
Ah.
exactly. The mind has to. Yeah, you see. So this is why it is. So Allah and Jesus is merged back into Set, but the duality still exists because Set mind is still crazy, which is the consciousness. This is still the mind of Ra, but now she merged back with her masculine self.
Now
This
let's
is what
talk
I'm
about
saying?
this one. This one is the most important one, I said. And please
Exactly.
listen
This is
properly.
why
Like this
Allah,
one.
This
I
is why
want to talk about this one.
hold on one second.
Can you?
Hold on one second. This is why Allah was saying that He is the creator of the world because He was set. You understand? Yeah.
Mm. So I said,
Hmm.
now I have a big problem with this one. This one, I want to understand it clearly.
Hmm.
Ancestors,
Hmm.
faith, and spirituality. Now let's leave religion aside. Let's talk about African spirituality and these ancestors that give us these blessings and all of these things. Ish. Which roles are they playing them?
Okay. The so-called ancestors, they are the dualities, the gods. Them like they are set. They are. You see, like look like
Oh,
yeah, they are the same ones. They're playing all of the roles. Like Jesus, remember Jesus is playing to Anubis, and all of the ones who are calling on the ancestors and they're into Kemet, they're calling on Anubis, right? You see,
yeah.
putting Anubis up, and they don't know that he's playing Jesus, right? Tahuti,
Mm,
they calling on Tahuti. Tahuti is playing who? Allah.
Allah.
Okay.
Oh,
Ogun, Ogun is hold on because sometimes I forget sometimes I, sometimes I forget who the role that they're playing, and I can't see the book right here so well. So Ogun, I know that Shango is the the galaxy. Like all the galaxy is Shango. So that's one of the ancestors, right? Um Obatala is the baby self to Nut.
to
The
not.
Nut,
Oh,
the sky, and Gabriel. I don't know
mm,
what you guys call Gabriel in Africa. Gabriel?
yeah. Oh, the problem is they're just confusing us with the names, ne?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
So who is? Yeah, said. Who
uh,
is Shu? Who is Shu?
um I think Shu is the let me the cosmic. Okay, so there's the cosmic being who is there is Anu.
Shu. Can you tell me about Shu and Tefnut? Shu and Tefnut. Those two
So
beings. Yeah.
those are the non-dual to um the realm. The realm. So there is the feminine is the feminine is
Oh, Shu is the non-dual to the realm.
yeah, the duality. Okay, hold on one second. Let me try to find it.
Oh,
See,
shit.
the thing is, it takes it. I'm getting the names, but
Yeah.
um, hold on. Atum Ra. That's the
Yeah, you see,
Atum.
yeah, it shows look. I said, you see how this thing looks. Ish. Can you see?
Uh.
It says Atum, and then it says Shu, and then it
Yeah.
says Tefnut, and then it says Nut and Geb, and then it says Osiris.
Okay. So hold on. So Atum Ra, she is the feminine, and she is the she is the realm, and
Oh,
all of the other realms were her self replicas.
so Atum Ra is not sleeping.
Duality.
She's real.
Huh?
Oh.
No.
She's in the duality.
Yeah, but no, she's no longer in duality. She's now merged back onto
Mess
the
with
other realm.
non-duality. Yeah.
Yeah, and then her masculine was what's the name you call again?
Shu and Tefnut.
Yeah, so
Or where?
Shu is the masculine. So
Yeah.
she's the feminine, then she have the masculine, and then we have her her other self. Then come down to
Ooh,
I can't even see this thing. Okay, hold on one second. Let me see if I can get the light. Yes, I
have you
was.
ever heard of Ntura,
No.
Kara? And then wait, I said now which role is Amen Ra playing in the world now?
Oh, Amen is that's the
Amen
masculine.
Ra, because of,
Listen,
yeah,
you have to listen. Amen is the masculine to Aten.
to Aten, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
he was also duality. So now he is merged onto Atenra.
That
He's
means
no
to,
longer duality. He's merged onto Atenra as oneself, and now he is wearing
yeah,
the non-dual because Atenra has the non-dual mind. I know, so he now has the non-dual mind also. So he's not in. You see, like I said, mind is still in duality. Amen. Amen. Consciousness is now the non-dual because of what his feminine self had. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if your feminine self has the non-dual, that's what you're going to have.
And you know, this African calendar, I said, it says that us in Africa, we are not supposed to pray every day. Like we pray in seasons. Maybe when we want rain or when we want things to grow, or we have to call out those names. Like maybe Nephthys. Nephthys is the goddess of the of the rain. So you call on to. So those things, do you believe in them, or you just see them as duality also?
Yeah. So the water is the physical manifestation of Aten Ra.
They say fire. Look, I said they say fire and air is the masculine, and then water and earth is the feminine.
Yeah,
Do we
yeah,
agree?
yeah. Water is Aten Ra in a manifestation.
Gab is all. Oh, I said, why are you telling me now that water is Atenra in the manifestation?
Yeah,
I only know about this one now. Now I understand now. Oh.
yeah. She did tell me
So
that.
all of this, yes. So even if you, if even that means even if you are praying with a candle, you are worshiping that conscious fire.
Yeah, but you
Like you
see,
just,
when you're
because
in
of here in Africa, people they pray with candles. Like I want to understand that concept.
yeah, but if you in yourself, you don't need to do any of those things. You
Yeah, but that's what I realized.
what's your battle against? What's the battle against?
It's the mind.
Exactly. You just need to stay
Yeah.
focused on saying the affirmation and doing the vibration
Oh man, so
to make sure the mind is
now
balanced.
it's
Because all the
chaos now.
problem,
People they don't know what's going on,
all the
and
problem stems from where? The mind. So
because of it's easy for people to be jealous, and like other people, like they don't get it that like everything is enough for all of us here in the world. You see that
yeah,
even if someone is doing better, you
yeah.
must just relax.
Hold on hold on 1 second. I have to step away from the camera. Can you do an affirmation so everyone can pay attention to what you're doing? Can you say the affirmation over so anyone watching can be repeating it? I'm stepping away from the camera for a minute. This consciousness is doing something to me and I just
Yeah,
need
me too. No, ish, yeah, these pains they are coming again, but
so
I can try. I can try.
just do the same affirmation I told you just now. Just do it. I'll be right back. So one can
I
follow
must do
you.
it now.
Yeah, just keep going so one can follow you who are watching. Start with the affirmation. I am
I
primal light.
I am primal light. I'm the true light. I am primal light. I am the true light. All is myself, and I alone exist. All is myself, and I alone exist. All of myself must merge back unto myself. All of myself must merge back unto myself. I am primal light, and I alone exist. I am primal light, and I alone exist. All is myself, and I alone exist. All of myself must come back onto me. I am confident in myself. I believe in myself. I know who I am. I'm confident in myself. I believe in myself. I know who I am. I'm confident in myself. I believe in myself. I know who I am. I'm confident in myself. I believe in myself. I know who I am. All is myself and I alone exist.
Very good.
Is it nice? Yeah. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling awesome. It's good to have someone to chat with because I'm usually, by myself, and away from all my other selves.
Yeah, because it's the other selves they still want to experience. It's nice in this duality. That's why me, I tell you, when I sleep, I think about money. When I wake up, it's the stress of money. In the world, everyone is stressing only about money. You
Yeah,
see, that's the problem because it is the standard of living, it's the cost of living.
the ego wants.
If like you don't have money or you don't make money, you suffer.
Yeah, the ego wants you to stay
That's
caught
the system.
up, but
Mm.
you know better now, so you'll do better.
Yeah, now I know now. Ooh. Hey, but yeah, but it's difficult. But you, me, I didn't know you. But now I'm worried about other people. Ish. But they are myself. Yeah, they are myself. I must not worry. They will come back onto me. Yeah.
Just give them the affirmation,
Ish.
give them the tool. You got to give them the tools and the techniques. These are tools and techniques
Mm,
to use. Yeah. So you have to give it
mm.
to them. The same tools and
But
techniques.
there's no such thing as choosing one. Eh?
No, there's no such thing as no choosing one.
Because
Because
my friends, when I explain, let's say and I said, when I explain to my friends, they say I am the chosen one because the way I explain this thing. But
mm,
I tell them we are all the same. There's no one special. You must just,
you're, you're playing a what? A role. You have a different role.
just playing a role in this dream.
You
Yeah.
have a different role. This is I am all the self playing different roles. Some roles
Because of,
are significant than
but
others.
most I said like all of these civilizations, they started here in Africa, most, né?
Mhm.
All of the civilizations of the human beings, they started there in Africa.
Started in Africa.
So yeah, and then
I
I had like let's say, and I said like I had the other guy. He's a I don't like saying white guy. Let me say a human being. Us black people were electrons, most electromagnetic human beings. He says when they came to Africa, there was no thief, there was no poverty, there was no hunger.
mm-hmm,
We were in balance and harmony.
mm-hmm,
You
with
see, so
nature.
it means at that point, yeah, it means at that point in this lifetime, there was non-duality.
No, no, no. It means that there was there was duality, but there was more. The people were more confident
Balance.
in themselves. Yeah, and with the
Oh,
connection
now
with
I get the
nature.
difference.
Yeah, they were more confident in themselves. They were working together as a team in the community. The ego was not so big where everybody want things for themselves. So this was where the problem was because remember the one group was still fighting against the next group, because of the difference. So but the ego was not so big in each community. Everyone was living more in balance and harmony with nature because there
I
was
said
still
we
praying
coast
to
it.
different gods and stuff.
We
Because
coast
remember,
it. You never even yeah. My other friend yesterday, I told him, and then he says, "Hey, you you came with the truth." They're asking me why many people they don't know about you. You
mhm.
see, like
But they don't know
he was
about me.
asking me, yeah, like my
Oh,
other friend. You see, he says you have few views, people who are watching your videos. He says it's only a little of them that are watching,
hmm,
and
yeah,
they don't understand like why people ish.
because of the
Yeah, but now I can know. Also, but in the internet, most than they also they mess with the like maybe the likes, the algorithms. They make
yeah,
people not watch your videos. You see.
exactly because On Facebook, they told me that they were going to delete up my videos, delete my videos. And so this is what they do. They don't want your videos. You see, if you go on there, you see they're promoting sex, or you see or different things like that. But when I post a video, Facebook kind of hide the video. It doesn't make one sees it. Also,
Yeah,
many ones, because of they believe into these gods and deities, their mind is programmed. So when I am speaking the truth, their mind is telling them no, because they have been programmed into those gods and those deities. And
yeah.
because many of them, they will not like some things that I say. They will like some things and not like some things when I talk about the
Because of
godness.
you're telling the truth. Yeah,
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 and so they don't share the videos. But
yeah. That's what I noticed.
not only that, the self supreme has been protecting me from the world. So everything is moving in perfect alignment. So that
Yeah,
only
even
the
for me too.
only the necessary ones that need to know about me right now. But pretty soon, yeah, whole world will know about me, because the self is protecting me. Because many ones from Africa, they contact me, and because like when I was getting to know Ogun, one person from Africa called me and tell me that, oh, Ogun is coming to kill me. Yeah, Shango, all of them. So when they are the deities, so like, and they say they're defending the Anunnakis. When the Anunnakis was coming to battle with me, yeah, they send me messages and say, "Oh, I am a defender of the Anunnakis, and I kill anyone who go against the Anunnakis." Yeah, they send me these messages, and
And
so
they don't understand. It's
yeah,
just a dream.
because they're controlling their minds. And so I had to send them that message to let them know that I am not afraid, and let them come, because there's someone here who wants to meet them, their I self supreme. So yeah, their self supreme is waiting for them.
Victory, victory, victory.
Yeah, exactly. And so I had to deal with all of these things. So the self is really protecting me.
It's over, said. It's
Yeah,
over. It's over.
yeah, and
Yeah,
so
it's over.
yeah, I had to also send Facebook a message to let them know that I am not afraid. I said no harm
Yeah.
can come to me. Whatever you are,
Everything is being exposed now. There's
yeah,
nothing they can do.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I self supreme primal light is taking care of all of these things, and when the time is ready, the world will know about me. The whole world will know, because if they want to rise up in the non-dual, they're gonna know about me.
Yeah. If you don't rise up, you dissolve.
Yeah, you just dissolve back into yourself, and that's all. No,
Like
no
when do you dissolve? You dissolve when you pass away or when you leave this body.
you just go back into the self supreme primal light. You just leave the body and go back to your self supreme. No one is going to repeat this cycle anymore. This is ending. When one goes from this body, the self is taking everyone back
So
onto.
only the self that rises are going to live in the new balance.
Yeah, only the self that take the ego off, that you no longer want to anything of the dream world, but you want the real. You have to make this decision yourself. You have the power if you want to be a fragmented self to rise up. You,
Yo,
you have the power to do this, because otherwise
it's,
it's just
it
new.
feels unfair, which I said, but after all is myself.
No, it's
But
not.
it's
It's not
unfair that you have to live because of the like you have to live some ish. Like it feels like separation.
no, no, no. You're gonna be one self. Remember, all is myself. I alone exist. All
Yeah,
of myself. Yourself
yeah,
is
I know. It just feels like it,
onto
but
you.
yeah,
The self is onto you, so you want to play another, you want to make another world. This world is going to be the real world, wherein yourself are going to know yourself. So you get
yep,
first dibs, the self, the fragmented self that rise up and pull the ego off. You get first dibs to rise up and be a part of the new balanced non-dual world, to see yourself
yeah,
moving parallel to your self supreme self. You see yourself in so many different levels. You see yourself as a little tiny self, then a big self here, another big self. This is how the giants are. We are
Yeah,
so we can
yeah.
say they are giant, but they can say us we are tiny selves. You understand? But our real self is really, and we are the tiny selves. We are just tiny selves exploring, in this body. But we are vast. As the self is vast as the
Mm,
primal light. Yeah. So,
I said it's time for me to go bath now. I think we'll meet again Sunday.
all right.
Mm.
Yes. Well, it was awesome. It was awesome. So, how do you feel? How is your chest?
Yeah, I know. I want to send you that book, ne?
All right. No worries. Send it to the email.
Or to the email.
Yeah, yeah. Send it to the email.
Yeah, okay, I'll send it to the email. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
And
then maybe you'll try to understand something. Maybe because of maybe you don't want to like maybe understand something about Africa because of Africa is the sun.
no, because you see, the thing is, I
After all, like
all is the dream. So I don't really get too much involved in the dream because many ones are debating this, and I say it's all a dream. It's going to end. So I don't want to. For me, I
oh
don't.
yeah, yeah, but I
Yeah,
get you.
I don't get. But for understanding to share some information to ones, I will ask the self certain things like I to learn all the names of the different dualities. Otherwise, I would just say duality. But they want to know which name. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned the names of who they are. You know. So I just met Obatala the other day because he's the baby self of not. I just met that duality. So before I did not, instead I met him and forgot about his name, you know. So and he is a baby self, but he is,
And
but
then
I'm
what's going on for with who's that guy? That one, the masculine of who's exploring the world as God. Can I get on?
the the,
Who's
con-
that?
the consciousness is the supreme God of the world.
Not the consciousness. At the planet. Can you give me the name of that planet?
Or Jupiter, that's a feminine.
Yeah, you said the masculine. Yeah, you said the masculine of Jupiter is exploring as God. What's going on so far?
Okay, the masculine of Jupiter, I think it's Apollo. Apollo
Yeah, God. Yeah, yeah.
as God, yeah. But they
Because
all
of you said like
go ahead.
you said you said the self is struggling to merge with him.
Yeah, the Jupiter and it's masculine. Jupiter is the feminine, the masculine is merging onto it. So all of them are merging.
So
Jupiter and
who
Apollo.
what is the what who is the real self of Jupiter, the feminine?
Oh, Jupiter is the hold on, let me try to remember. So Jupiter is let me see what lineage again, because sometimes I forget. I think it's
Yeah, like me too. You see, I can't remember properly because of I have reference from the book, so I can't remember the names properly.
hold on.
That's
Jupiter.
why I
Yeah.
want to teach you these names in. Listen, I said I want to teach you these names in the African names. You see,
Okay, Jupiter is that's the uh what is
because
it? Hold on. Just you have to let me process. Um Tahuti. Tahuti.
Taudi.
Allah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, that's Saturn. Okay, hold on.
mm.
Hold on. Okay, so we have
But have you ever heard of the language Sizulu?
no.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I said,
Yeah, go ahead. Oshun,
yeah. Have you ever heard
Michael,
Zulu language? Zulu language.
Zulu language.
Yeah,
Saturn.
like they say, we are the people. Like they say,
Saturn
the
is
Zulus are the sky people.
listen, you have
Pezulu.
You're saying too many things one time. Let me finish first. Did you say Saturn
Oh,
as well?
sorry.
Did you say
Sorry.
Saturn?
Jupiter, the feminine of Jupiter.
Oh, Jupiter is a feminine.
Oh,
Yeah, Jupiter is the feminine. I'm trying to see who's the masculine. Okay, hold on. Okay, Mercury, Jupiter. I It's one of the baby cells. I don't know the name. I don't know the name yet. I don't remember. But it's one of the baby cells. So when I get it, I'll let you know. So as I'm still learning all of their names, but it's one of the baby cells. Yeah.
mm, no, now I eat, that's it. And
All right. So
who else
I
did I get? So you don't want to know those names in an African.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. You can share, like, we can
Or you
make
will
it.
see in that book,
Okay,
ne,
hold on.
in the African calendar.
You can, well, how about you can do that where you can connect the names, because
Yeah,
and with what I have said, and then you can, because I don't have to do everything,
you know
you,
why I
you
said
guys
because
can
of
help me
you
all
know why
myself.
I'm. I said you know why I am concerned about these names because of at first we were speaking in frequencies, ne? So this English it is it is it is lowering our vibration. You see, like for an example, in Africa, ne, when it is morning time, we don't say good morning. When you say good morning, it's like you are mourning a death. Like we say grand rising, we represent life.
Hmm.
You see, so in our language, it has a frequency that
Yeah,
brings life.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
see, like many things, like even when you say energy, they say it's not energy, it is energy. It is inner, it is within, like you see. And then even when they say to someone, God bless you, ne? I know you don't believe like this word be blessed, like means be less of yourself. It's not like blessings are going to rain on you, or it means you are lowering your frequency down. That's why
Hmm.
I feel like in this language of ours,
Hmm.
of Africa, it's more lively
Hmm.
than when we say it in English, because of English, like it's demonizing us. That's why, hey, like even for an example, a word, even when I say hello, it's like I'm making the frequency go low. Hello. Like,
Hmm. So
that's what I figured out that
yeah, so that's why many ones, you choose the words because you are in command. You choose the words of how you want to say things. Just like myself, I always focus on. That's why the I don't focus on the names. I focus on the selves and the duality, the non-duality, the duality, so that this way I can say, you know, the focusing on the name gets us
yeah, I like the
over
way
the
you
trait,
explain
that
it.
gets us over
Yeah,
the characters. We just have to know that there's
yeah,
duality and you must return back to non-duality. And so this is the focus.
yeah,
So the English language, you use it for the same thing. I use it for the same thing, to just focus on what I need to say, very simply, to what I need to say, and to communicate the way the consciousness is kind of helped me, because sometimes I will just start talking in patois. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying something and I'm like, because this is, the I self grew up,
yeah. You
yeah,
see,
in the body
yeah.
in
It has
Jamaica.
like
So
Aten
sometimes I
has
will
her
just
own.
come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So something just
yeah,
like that. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
just once you come into more
Something that has
awareness,
to go come
you know,
out. Yeah.
once you come in more awareness,
Mm,
you choose the words how you want to speak and express yourself. So whichever language you have,
mm.
you just use it, because that's the language I am using, and I didn't find that it it um it affected me in any way in terms of me because I choose the language. I know I'm saying to my mind, how I'm saying, like you said, the affirmation. So
As
what
long
you
as the mind understands what you are saying.
yeah, you choose the right affirmation to affirm yourself. So you're not going to choose
Yeah,
any of those words because those words they put spells on them to keep you. But once you come into awareness, then you stop using those words, right? You stop.
yeah,
Every time I greet someone, I said primal light. I say hail to the primal light. You know what I'm saying? And I just keep doing it, even if one say, "Hey, what's this primal light that you're talking about?" I just keep
yeah,
repeating ones just like that. So that's just really how
yep,
it.
yeah.
Alrighty. So well, it was awesome to vibe with you. Thank you so much for um for hanging out with the I and I. All is I self. I alone exist.
Will exist
Yes, I am primal light. I self
in the
supreme.
true light.
Yes, exactly. Is pleased with the I self. So the I self just keep doing what the I is doing, and just spreading this word, sharing with all the I selves who are sleeping, because many ones are saying, oh, I am awake, but they don't understand what awake means. They really don't.
Serious.
They think that,
Even us, we
oh,
are still fighting. We are still fighting with this duality. Still, we want to figure out. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
No one knows anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So once you connect to your self soul, this is when you start knowing that you are in a dream and you have to always be vigilant all the time because this mind is always going to try to trick you. But they are comfortable in the mind and going into spirituality and going into the dream and thinking that this is how they are awake, because many ones are doing it. They're connecting to the duality and they are saying the duality and the mind is confusing them, and they're saying, oh, I am awake. And I say, you're not awake because
That's
you
the
are,
problem.
yeah, so you're looking into someone else or something else beside yourself soul. So, hail, hail to I self supreme primal light. All is I self, I alone exist. The message this I self supreme is saying, connect with the I self, because all of the soul is primal light in a fragmented self. Know this truth that all of I self is primal light, exploring the world, taking form into this body. You are already I am that I am. For that which I seek, I am already that.
Already. Mm.
Exactly. So you just have to take off this cloak so you can just be yourself. That's it. And you share this truth. You're in a dream, so you just keep the affirmations and the vibration going so that you can be in command of the mind. That is it. You have to be vigilant with this mind. It's always trying to trick you. The mind is your enemy, right? You have to remember this. The mind does not want you to give up this dream. It wants to keep you tranced so that you don't return to the real. And this is the problem. So I want to thank you. Thank for my listeners for joining me. My small followings, that's what everyone is saying. But they are the
But
ones are being
one day,
prepared. Exactly. They are the
it will
ones
be
that
all
are
the
being
selves.
prepared. Yeah, exactly. To help all the other selves who are sleeping and
Yeah.
dreaming. They are the ones who are being prepared to help all their other selves sleeping and dreaming. So all of myself, I thank you so much for being with me, for sharing
Mm.
this unity. Yes. So liberation from the stream.
Victory, victory,
Victory,
victory.
victory,
I
victory.
know myself.
Yes,
I believe in myself.
absolutely. All
I
is
thank you, I
myself.
said. Till we meet again.
Huh?
I said, till we meet again.
Yes. Much honor. So we're signing
That's all
off.
now.
Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you can join us again next Sunday. This is very
Where
this
is Rasante?
huh?
Where is Rashante?
He's probably watching.
Or is what she? Yeah. One soon we must make a meeting with me and him because of you see. Remember last time the connection cut us off.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I want to do
Is the
some
link
affirmation with him now.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't join us on the screen, but so maybe next week he'll do that. And
Yes, yes,
maybe
yes,
you
yes.
guys can take over and run, and do the live, and I will just, because you guys are in training, so you can help the people around you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he
Yeah,
is my other self that I'm going to be with in the new balance world.
yeah, exactly. All in myself. All right,
Hey,
Hill. Rashante, where you at? Give us a thumbs up, Rashante.
hey.
We miss you. But
Thank you, I said.
huh? I know he probably logged in. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. We'll talk soon again.
All right. Signing out. Thank you so much. I'll see you.